Give it away, give it away, give it away now. Give it away, give it away, give it away now. Amazon giveaway, stick around. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Shenanigans SttRPG, and we play Dungeons and Dragons. Thank you for joining us. This is episode number 34 of an ongoing, persistent Dungeons and Dragons campaign. We're so glad you're here. If this is your first time, please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. We very much appreciate it. Before I jump into the game, a couple of administrative things that need to be taken care of. First of all, we want to thank artist Brian Benson, who sent us in through email some really beautiful fan art. If you're interested in seeing Brian Benson's fan art, just go to our website. Our website is SttRPG.com, Shenanigans Tabletop RPG.com, SttRPG.com. Thank you, Brian. We really appreciate it. Next up is this particular episode. There's going to be a Amazon gift card giveaway. Amazon gift card giveaway. It's a $30 multi-pack giveaway. Okay, so one winner of a contest will receive these three $10 Amazon gift cards, totaling $30. I have the rules of the contest here on my grease board. These are the wonderful special graphics. As you can see, these amazing graphics that your hard-earned money is paying for. Look at these amazing. These graphics amazing. Look at this. Okay, so check this out. As I said before, it is a $30 Amazon gift card. One winner on May 5th, Cinco de Mayo. So what you need to do is you need to like the video, this video, episode 34. You need to subscribe to the channel. You also need to post a comment on this video, on episode 34. Not the live chat. You got to post a comment below. Okay, so for those of you that are watching this live and you make a post, on the live chat, you have to make sure to scroll down and do it in the comment section. In the comment section, I want you to mention who is your favorite player on the stream. Who is the favorite player? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump over to the gallery view for just a moment.
Team
Pia, would you please raise your hand? That is Team Pia. That's a P-Y-A-H. Is that your name?
Yeah,
okay.
You got it.
We have Sirac. Mr. Sirac, raise your hand. Wave so people know who the hell you are. Okay, there you go. Sirac is S-Y-R-A-C-K, I think. I'm
C-H.
C-H. Well, whatever. It's close enough. Just make sure you got the S-Y in there.
Yeah.
R-A-C-H. Team Theoden. Who's Team Theoden? Wave your hand. Team Theoden. Team Theoden. T-H-E-O-E-E-N, I think. And then, of course, last but not least, Team Baka. B-A-K-A. Who's Team Baka? There we go. All right, let me get rid of these faces of these gentlemen. Come back to this. So in your comment, in the comment section, not the live chat, you're going to mention who your favorite player is. Okay? And once you do that, you will automatically be registered in the contest. Then on May 5th, Cinco de Mayo, I will do a random drawing. One person will be selected to win the $30 worth of Amazon gift cards. Not a sponsor. Amazon is not a sponsor. I just went out and bought $30 worth of gift cards. I'm giving them away because I love you guys, and I'm so happy that you are subscribing to the channel in full force. In the event that the winner of the contest, now, guys, those of you that enter the contest, do not give me your mailing address in the comment, okay? No one needs to know what your mailing address is, okay? Okay, so seriously, just what you do is after May 5th, I will announce who the winner is, and then through private message, either on Facebook or Twitter or even some other means of contact, even email, we will contact each other, and I will get your mailing address privately. If in 5 days the winner has not provided a valid mailing address, then on May 10th, I'm just going to do a second drawing and somebody else will win. So that's basically your warning. So again, you got 5 days after May 5th to give me your mailing address, and otherwise I'll have to give the prize to somebody else. So again, last but not least, $30 Amazon gift cards, one winner May 5th. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, post a comment below in this video, episode 34. Mention who your favorite player on the stream is, character on the stream, obviously, use the character name. and the random drawing will be on May 5th. So let me get rid of this. Thank you so much and I will obviously go through these rules again at the break today. So this is not the last time you'll see this. Here we go. So, gentlemen, before we jump into the game, I would love for you to each one at a time tell us about the character that you're playing, and if you have any pets tagging along, please mention the pets that you have as well. Pia, could you start?
Okay. So my character's name is Pia. He is a navy blue tiefling warlock. He has black horns, black hair, very handsome, very powerful.
A flaccid trident.
Yes. And he also has a little companion named Splinter. He's a little rat that I keep in my pocket.
Who's next?
Theoden. Theoden is next. He is a stout dwarf from the high mountains. Very dirty beard. He's got bit of bugs in there. They're growing as time goes on. We had an incident where it was burned off, but they are coming back. His faithful companion is Chester the dog. He's a blink dog, so you go pew, 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 all over the place. And yeah, that's Theoden for you.
Who's next?
Sirach, the half-elf ranger from the woodlands. He's tall, much more beautiful than Theoden. Long silver hair, which is growing back after the undercut and blue dye job that we had a while ago. And yeah, he's got Alistair, the lion cub, or more juvenile lion at this point, who's a little more tame than Baka's lion cub, who's a little crazy.
A little more
First
well
off,
trained.
He's not crazy. He just has attention problems, you know.
Yeah.
All right. He just needs some medication. He'll be fine.
Some
but,
tender,
yeah.
loving medication.
Don't we all?
Give you like candy back in elementary school. So I'm Baka. I'm a rogue fighter, and I have a lot of pets. Well, it's been a while. I have Ari, the half lion cub, who's almost an adult. I have Tora, orange tabby, Sagi the weasel, Athena the tressum, and I'm sure I'm gonna get some more. Yeah, it's gonna happen. So just wait.
All right.
And,
So,
oh yeah, and I like to steal shit.
This is true. Baka, the gnome rogue, loves to steal shit. Okay, so where did we leave off? All right, so again, just to give you guys those of you that have come into the stream for the first time, this is a level 17 high-level Dungeons and Dragons campaign. We've been playing for 34 episodes here on the stream, but we played for about 30 to 35 episodes pre-stream. Our story is that we got together in early 2019 and started playing on a weekly basis. And then COVID happened, which caused a break in everybody's lives, as obviously you're well aware. And then we decided, when things were starting to calm down a little bit last year in 2020, why don't we try Zoom? And here we are 34 episodes later.
Was it really 2019?
2019 when we started. It's amazing. So yeah, we've been playing for 2+ years at this point.
Guys, you gotta stop canceling episodes so we can finish the story.
Yeah, well, listen, it's hard to, let's face it. That's the sad thing about D&D, is that, you know, when you're grown up, life pulls you away. But here we are tonight, which is the great thing. So the story, the quick version of the story is as goes. Let me actually put this back onto the group so you can see everyone for the time being. Okay, so you just recently rescued your friend Harry, and I will describe Harry in a moment for the audience that don't know who Harry is. You rescued Harry from the clutches of the Brood of Katoa, which is a terrorist organization run by warlocks seeking to bring an elder god into the prime material plane. That is the realm that the races live and exist in. And the group known as the Natural Ones, which are these guys, are doing what they can to survive and also get in the way of the Brood of Katoa. And also figure out, who the good guys are and who the bad guys are in the realm, which is, again, an ongoing question. So they had found the headquarters of the Brood of Katoa, which is in another realm of existence. They rescued their friend, obviously with PTSD, but pretty much all right. Harry, just for those of you that don't know, is a dwarf like Theoden, not quite as muscular. He is a cleric. He worships a different god than Theoden does. But
we're trying to switch him over. But.
Well, of course.
So am I.
Switch him over to the warlock team.
Yeah.
But
complete opposite.
yeah.
For the atheism.
Yeah,
Vodka.
exactly. So he thinks of himself more as a writer than anything else, Harry. And the reason why he tagged along with the group is that he was hoping to chronicle the adventures of this group known as the Natural Ones. They used it upon rescuing Harry. Theoden used the teleportation device that he found recently and bamfed them back to the floating city known as Alzando, which is in the eastern side of the continent, the main continent of the realm. They are well liked and respected there because in recent episodes they saved the leader of a faction known as the Emerald Enclave. Her name is Lady Piper Alzando, and so they're basically royalty in that particular city. When we left off last time, they were in an establishment, like a bar and grill known as the Magic Menu. They had already basically had 3 rooms rented before they left for the headquarters. So they basically bamped themselves back. They rested for the night. They basically little TLC for Harry because he was dealing with the after effects of being turned into almost, some kind of horrific experiment like this flesh golem. But they saved him just before, the ritual could have been completed. So they went to sleep. They rested. We pick up the next day. I would assume that the group of you would go downstairs and have breakfast, in the morning and meet in the general area of the Magic Menu. Would that be a safe assessment?
Breakfast with some grog.
Yes. Is there anything that anyone would like to do just before you head downstairs for breakfast? Where obviously Harry looks better than yesterday, but those of you that see him think that he still has some sort of like psychological residue from what happened. He looks like he's not completely 100% himself yet, but he definitely looks better than yesterday, especially after I think it was Baka used a cantrip in order to kind of clean him up overnight. So
I was basically like his mother and treating him like a little lion cub and licking him clean.
Well, you did really
Prestidigitation.
prestidigitation.
Hopefully, you didn't lick them everywhere.
Well, listen, I don't think he
did.
So is there anyone that wants to do anything out of the ordinary before you guys congregate downstairs in the Magic Menu to have breakfast? I'm just curious.
Yeah, I want to walk next to Harry and try and hold his hand as we walk.
He looks at you. First of all, he looks as he's walking, leaving the room and getting his gear together. He has his books in his utility belt, and he's kind of like looks like he's staring off in a faraway place. You reach for his hand. He doesn't even notice that it's there. And he looks down after a delay and looks at the hand, looks over at you and goes, "What are you doing, Theoden?"
All right. So now, to make it less awkward, I'm going to take my hand off and just put it around his shoulder and bring him in.
And at that, he smiles and he basically,
there it is.
That's good to see you, Theoden. Thank you again. Thank you.
Always good to have you back, Harry.
I know that I have kind of broken up memories of what went on yesterday. But I do remember you pulling me away from something it felt like something that was going to swallow me up. I have broken memories of what happened, but I do distinctly remember you trying to pull me away from one of those, I guess, squid demons, if for lack of a better term. I don't know what they were.
I'd say that that definitely took place there, Harry. But us in the past, we're just good to have you back.
Yes. So. Well, thanks, Theoden.
It's like 8 a.m. Why are you drinking?
We're about to go have breakfast, no?
Got a pregame breakfast, right?
Yeah.
Speaking of breakfast, they've already got the ham and scrambled eggs and home fries and toast all cooking. You notice when you walk down the stairs, obviously the Magic Menu has a laminated Magic Menu that allows you to order what you want. But on this particular day of the week, for some reason, there seems to be some sort of buffet, like a breakfast buffet, being set out on like 2 or 3 tables where you can serve yourself. So
That's
Harry,
kinda sweet.
Harry basically, gives you a squeeze back and then proceeds to separate and walk down the stairs and heads towards the buffet table. He looks really hungry. So so as you make your way down the stairs, obviously there's a table available for you guys to sit at. This would probably be a good opportunity for you guys to spend a few minutes and decide what it is you'd like to do with the next leg of your adventure.
For that, I'm getting a plate for Ari, Tora, and Sagi. A big plate.
Absolutely.
You
The-
guys want
they're
to
gonna
take the
eat with us
cube and go
today.
back?
We don't need the cube. We have Thaden's helmet.
You want to go back?
Why?
I know Harry wants to go back.
Back to where?
Harry looks at you and honestly, I would need you to make a perception check, Peter.
Back to where we just came from? You
First roll of
sly
the night,
fox.
perception check.
Perception.
Or
17.
insight, whichever is higher, perception
roll?
or insight.
17. It's the same.
17, yes, you may. You may also roll Baka.
Okay.
PR
I got
rolled a
21.
A
I think that's the
21.
Same modifier.
Both of you, with the 17 or higher, you can see the look on his face, and the last thing he wants to do is go back to that place. That's like turning around, seeing a horror movie that you basically can't stomach, and then someone saying, "Let's go back for a double feature." That's how he looks. He's like, "Ooh," he doesn't want to go. So he grabs a plate of food, fills it to the brim, and unlike yesterday where he actually vomited when he tried to eat solid food, this time he's actually holding it down and he's keeping it in, so his appetite has returned. That's a good sign. So I guess the question is, again, let me not get in the way of
I
what you
thought
guys.
we were going to the Dwarven Ruin.
Weren't we gonna? Oh yeah.
Can we
I-
finish breakfast?
Of course. Well, I got to go magic shop anyways. I have.
Oh,
Of
I
course
need
you
at
do.
least like 3-4 Bloody Marys before we do anything.
all right. Well,
I could go for a Bloody Mary right now, actually.
All right.
Nice and spicy.
if
Well, it's
Baka's going to the magic shop, I'm going back to bed. Wake me when you're done.
Why don't you have a Bloody Mary and feel better?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Cheers, right?
Fine.
There's a waitress that takes your
Mhm.
orders for the Bloody Marys, and it's easy enough for it to be alcoholic or non-alcoholic. It's up to you.
Very alcoholic.
Make
And
Thaden-
she
I'm gonna
takes
flip, I'm gonna
she
flip
takes-
her like a gold and tell her to make it non-alcoholic.
she
Fucked up, man.
she looks at you. She
I'm
looks. she looks
gonna
at you.
take a piss on Baka's hands. I'm just kidding.
Okay.
You're
'Cause
gonna
that
get
might-
arrested for indecent exposure.
Yes, because you've
I'm
made
like, I
nice,
drowned in the brig.
you've made nice with the host of this establishment, but that was just yesterday. And
She's gonna take the gold and give us more alcohol. Watch.
Yeah, well, let me actually make a roll for it. Let's see.
Yeah, very cool roll, but don't let us know until.
Okay. So I'll keep that to myself for the time being. For the time being, it tastes good.
I'm
Say it, and it
curious.
tastes good. Tastes
All
good.
right, all
So
A lot
anyway,
of Worcestershire sauce.
right.
so it's up to you guys. What
So,
for?
I guess-
Obviously, a trip to Pia's going to go upstairs and take a nap.
All right. Well,
a trip
let's
to
discuss then.
a trip.
I-
to
I was
the magic
actually
shop
just-
is-
No,
I was
he's
just
gonna
kidding.
stay. He's
Oh,
gonna
okay.
stay.
Yeah, I was just kidding.
So I really want to get this last Dwarven Rune out of the fucking way.
I do too.
Okay.
I'm down.
It's
All
been
right.
like in the back.
I mean,
of our
sounds
That's
mind.
good.
the
My
fastest
only
we made it on
question-
decision.
My only question is, how serious were we really about trying to find Partha snacks? Was that
Maybe-
just like a little side thing while you guys found
Maybe
your way
a
out of the cube?
Well, I
Well-
figured we could go do that after. Like, where's he really gonna go?
Well, I'm thinking maybe
we're not gonna
we're
be looking for him for a
we-
while. So why
There
don't
might
we
be a
do
clue
that?
after we like open up the last dungeon, or
Okay.
the last ruin. You know what I mean?
I know we were
Yeah,
concerned
sure.
about going to the last dungeon before we talked to him, so
Yeah, but it looks like that's just not how it's gonna go.
At this point,
all right, dungeon, let's go.
the
I'm okay with
Dwarven
it.
Runes.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go-
Excuse me, gentlemen. Excuse me. And you
Yes,
notice?
Harry.
Yes, sir.
Well, no, it's actually not Harry. 'Cause
Oh.
Harry would never.
that
Harry
that
would
voice
never.
is way too deep for Harry.
Yes,
Exactly,
ma'am.
exactly. So and you notice it's the very thin, balding, elvish host who
That
made
guy.
nice with Pia yesterday after Pia basically tipped him an entire platinum to say, thank you for keeping the room well.
No.
Comes up to you guys.
Thanks for
He has
dealing
this-
with our shit.
Yeah, he has a smile on his face, and he's holding a letter in his hand, and he says, "Gentlemen, are you gentlemen, of course, are the natural ones, correct?"
Are we?
The one and only.
Oh, so then when you said the one and only Theoden, he turns to you and basically holds out a piece of paper and says, "The
I'm gonna
Griffin."
grab it.
Well, just make a quick dexterity check, Baka.
Yeah, make a quick
Really?
dexterity
You're gonna-
check, bitch.
Theoden, make a dexterity check.
Fail it.
Guidance
what
for
you get.
Theoden.
Guidance for Theoden, so an extra D4.
He's
for
gonna
Theoden.
need it.
He's gonna
Yeah.
need it. I got
All right,
24.
18 plus
Plus a four-sider.
20. Wait, what?
Unfortunately,
Plus, wait.
And then it comes down to whoever's better dexterity.
So it's plus 3. So
so it's a 23.
Oh,
so
So
close.
unfortunately,
son of a
the
bitch.
Unfortunately, the sticky finger rogue, gnome rogue, is faster to the jump, and he grabs the letter out of your hand.
I'm just gonna say he can't read. So
Well, anyway, he seems pretty
That's
flustered.
actually true.
The
I don't know
host,
why I went
the
to grab
host seems
letter.
flustered at the fact that you guys snatched at it, and he goes, "Oh!" and he grabs to his tie. Is basically he's wearing like a penguin suit early in the morning because he's the guy who seats people into this establishment. It's a little bit of a higher end restaurant as opposed to some of the seedier places you've traveled through the realm and visited.
I'm gonna
And he
cut it
basically
open.
says the Griffin Express on horseback came and dropped this off, said it was for the natural ones. Anyway, gentlemen, have a good breakfast. And again, thank you for looks at the blue tiefling PI and goes, well, thank you again for the tip yesterday. I very much appreciate it.
Oh, of course. Of course.
I'm gonna read it to myself silently first.
Okay,
Are you kidding me?
you
This
read it to
fucking
yourself
guy.
silently.
What does it say?
Well, I can't tell them,
Yeah.
so I guess I can't tell you either.
Yeah,
suck a
text
dick,
me. Call
bitch.
me on the phone right now.
You call me on the call. You want me to call you on the phone?
Yeah, let's do it.
Text them.
You know what? I don't think. I think you're holding out on all of our fans and friends. I don't know if I.
No. They don't need to know yet.
You
It's a
listen.
secret
It's
between me and you.
yes. Is it really? Is it really? So
I'm gonna use
so
burning hands on it.
make a hit roll. Make a hit roll.
No, I'm kidding.
Oh dear
All right,
God.
he's gonna
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I'm gonna use firebolt on it.
firebolt.
I don't have
Get
the
the
spell
fuck
anymore.
out of here. Just share it.
Okay, so
Harry
listen.
can just mend
so
it
listen,
anyway.
So listen.
That's-
Harry says
he
Harry
wants to.
says to Baka, after Baka reads it, and Baka, for the sake of this, knows what it says first before anyone else. Harry basically looks over your shoulder, Baka, and says, Could I read it? Is that okay?
Well,
Baka?
I don't know if I don't know what it says first. I might not want.
Well, I will say this to you, Baka, because I want to keep it a secret to the rest of the table in order to respect your role playing at the moment. It is from someone that you know. It doesn't involve any danger, and it's not specifically about Baka.
Is it from Bluebeard?
It is not from Bluebeard.
Is it from Baylor?
It is not from Baylor. The
Aw.
demon.
Martha Snacks?
It's not from Parthasnax.
Rexa.
Not from Rexa.
Harry, just read the damn thing.
Harry
I'll
basically
read
looks
it
at
aloud. Fuck it.
you read out loud. So basically, Harry basically
Fucking
sits down and you
killing me.
basically So I imagine that I am the gnome rogue reading it out to the rest of you. Okay.
Remember,
There's
do it with
he,
flair.
This is something that no one sees but you, Baka, at the moment. There's a symbol at the top of the paper, Baka, that you do not recognize. It looks like a round shield with 4 points, as if the shield is on fire from the edges. Okay. You've never seen this symbol before. It looks kind of fancy. No one else sees this at the moment. Eventually, he'll hand the paper to you and may or may not show it to you. But the point is that you don't recognize it. The letter begins as such. Greetings, natural ones. You might not remember me, but I remember you.
Oh God.
You helped me and a friend clear out a mine shaft without any promise of compensation, and then saved me from a petrifying gaze of a basilisk. This proved to me that you are people of honor, which is why I send this letter. I hope it reaches you quickly and in good fortune. Who am I? I am Irilith, the leader of a powerful new faction known as the Dawn Guard. I am a half-elf, blessed with good looks and large muscles that I take after my freakishly strong human father.
There's no way it says that shit.
That's what it says on. I swear to God. Now that you're reading this, something clicks in your mind without an intelligence check, that you do remember this guy, and you start to hear his voice in your head, and you do remember him being kind of like a little bit of a loudmouth and a little bit too sure of himself. So as
the
you're
one with the shady guy, the rogue that was really
yes,
quiet.
exactly right. The shady guy's name was Reed. You remember his name's Irilith, and you remember kind of like a fat, muscular half elf with a bald head is what you remember. And you
I
basically
remember Pia killed one of our friends during that mission.
that is true. You guys were escorting someone named Atreyu, who
Ah.
basically was turned to stone by one of the basilisks, and then a fireball obliterated the statue before
Well,
he
it was
able to
him or
return back.
us, all right?
Well, that is true. So anyway, you continue reading it out loud. He goes, I am a half elf blessed with good looks and large muscles as I take after my freakishly
And a
strong
large dick.
human father. Sadly, I could stand to lose a few pounds, which I carry mostly on my midsection, but this is merely a sign of my love for all the best that life has to offer, is it not? Also, I shaved my head bald, not because of necessity, but it better showcases the beauty I have inherited from my elvish mother. It is possible that you may have met a tall human warrior in your travels named Astynax.
I'm getting
If he told you
nauseous.
that he is the leader of the Dawn Guard, do not let this persuade you. While I consider him a friend, he has always been cursed with illusions of grandeur. Why this letter? As you may or may not remember, I mentioned that I was traveling east to investigate a city called Enosa, which is the capital of a faction known as the Zentarum.
Oh boy.
Well, I am proud to say that the Zentarum are not quite the villains that they have been made out to be. I have personally dined with General Lugo, the commander of the Zentarum, and even with Prince Ryan himself, and we have come to an agreement of sorts. In addition, since the brave and heroic exploits of the natural ones, that's you guys, have now been heard far and wide, the prince himself would like to invite you to his city to see with his own eyes if such tales have any truth to them. I would encourage you to visit Enosa as soon as possible. It's obvious that a second war is just beyond the horizon. Perhaps we can reach a mutually beneficial agreement in regards. I will make sure they roll out the red carpet for you. Best wishes, signed Grand Noble Commander, the first of his name, Irilith Ashward, Guardian of the Dawn. And do you pass this letter around to the rest of the people at the table, or do you shelve it?
I'll pass it.
So he starts passing it around. Everyone at the table sees this symbol at the top of the page. You can assume at this point that that's the symbol of this new faction known as the Dawn Guard. It basically looks like a round shield with 4 points, and the points are wiggly as if the outer circle of the shield is on fire. So is there any, between DM to player, is there any kind of clarification that you need for any specific part? We could talk it out. I don't want to, obviously you can look at it and study it, but I can't physically give it to you because we're on Zoom.
So we're getting invited to the city we've been so afraid to go to all this time.
I'm just saying,
In a
that the
nutshell,
Dawn
right?
Guard, the Brudicatoa, and the Zentarum are
They're butt
in
buddies,
alliance. So we should be super careful.
Just want to make sure you guys can hear me.
I can
Yep.
hear you. Yes.
All right, I had to switch to my laptop.
That's fine. We're glad. I will reiterate. Well, actually, you guys talk
No,
it
I
out.
heard everything.
You did? Okay, good. I wasn't
Yeah.
sure if you heard
It's this stupid connector that Jacob gave me. It sucks.
it. Way to go,
Stuff
Jacob.
Sucks.
Yeah,
anyway.
I have another one for you. It's fine.
So anyway, let's
it work?
continue to discover. Let's continue to discuss that letter as you're munching on scrambled eggs and bacon and ham, and French toast. And by the way, could Theoden, could you make a Constitution saving throw for me, please?
Mm-hmm. Oh my god. On that one.
Okay. Apparently, the waitress followed your instructions and put extra alcohol in the Bloody Marys.
Yes.
You did not recognize that there was alcohol in the Marys. You thought that they were virgin. So you downed extra, which means right now
Fantastic.
you're drunk off your face early in the morning.
Nice.
Everything you do from this point on for the next, I don't know how many hours, is at disadvantage. Ability checks and attacks and saving throws are disadvantaged from this
Just
point on.
another day.
Just another day.
Just another day.
So what would you guys like to do?
I want to go to Magic Shop.
Should we do
Absolutely.
the ruin or Enosa now?
I think we should definitely go to the Dwarven Ruin first.
Yeah, we should go to the Rune Cave. Get some extra cash.
Should we at least write this guy back?
No.
He
I
didn't.
think
Wait, did he? I forget. Did the letter say when he wanted to see us by?
no. It
No,
just said
he left that.
at
He
your
left that.
earliest convenience.
He left that
Yes, yes.
open-ended.
Okay.
He basically insinuates in the letter. He basically tries to remind you about who he is and how important he is, and then basically says that that he insinuates that the prince wants to invite you to the city because he's heard of your exploits, and that he would encourage you to visit Enosa as soon as possible because he says it's obvious the second war is just beyond the horizon. Perhaps we can reach a mutually beneficial agreement in regards. And at the very end, before he signs off, it says, I will make certain that they roll out the red carpet for you.
I'm just saying, guys, that if
I
we
don't buy
go
that for a
there,
minute.
they're probably gonna make us pick their faction. And if we don't go with their faction then and there, they'll probably try to kill us. Just saying.
Well, what a glorious death we will die.
Nah, ha, ha, ha. I'm down. Let's go. Let's do it.
Well, we're going to Dwarven Ruin first.
Well, yeah.
Well, yeah.
So after
Well, we could at least send them a letter back and be like, you know, we appreciate the invite. We will make our way there.
We need to make one stop.
Within. Well, we don't even need to tell them what we're doing. We can
Yeah,
just
we can
say, you
go-
know,
we
like
can go to the-
your correspondence was received. You can expect us, you know,
Please
within
leave
the
a
next
message
moon,
after the
whatever,
phone.
you know.
Well, speaking of
month.
which, breakfast pretty much is over. They're closing up the open continental buffet breakfast, right? Let's assume that it's maybe like 10 a.m. Something else that I forgot to mention as we did the intro is when you look outside a window. For the first day, obviously you woke up and it was very cold in the room, but that's pretty much normal because it's been cold for about a month. But this is the first time when you look out the window, you see that snow is falling. So it's
Pretty.
for the first time snow is falling from the sky. So that's something to keep in the back burner, in the back of your mind. So you now so obviously you want to go to a magic shop. You've been to Julie's Enchantments previously, but do you want to also investigate, see if you can find like a Griffin Express to send a return letter? You could do that if you want.
Should we? Yeah, I think we should actually.
I don't really care about giving them a reply, so you guys can handle that.
Do you guys want to split up into two groups or do you want to do one after the other? How would you guys like to do it?
I'll write the letter with somebody.
All right. So let's just say for argument's sake that Sirach and Harry and Pia go to the Griffin Express while the other two of them go to the magic shop. Is that fair? Or would
That's
you guys
fair.
like to all go at the same time?
Well, I'll go to. I don't need to go to the magic shop. I'll just go. To
I'll
the
just go
Griffin
alone.
Express.
It's fine.
All right, then you know what? Why don't you guys, somebody make an investigation roll to see if they can, actually, hold on a second. Let me see. Baka has a map. I want to see if the Griffin Express is on the map. Gold. Yes, the Griffin Express is on the map. So all you have to do is look at the map. You don't need to make an investigation roll to find it. Takes a few minutes. It's a short walk. You're trudging through the snow. The snow is starting to collect on the ground. It's about a half an inch on the ground. You make your way there. As you walk inside, there is a fellow gnome, Baka, who's behind the counter. He sees you and he goes, I like your hair. I like the mohawk. Is the white hair natural or do you dye it that way?
It's natural.
Oh my goodness. You're kind of young to have white hair. That's amazing. His hair is like
It's
red.
completely genetics. You know, it's
Okay. I guess I will, maybe I could do some
Yeah.
kind of magic spell or
my
something. to get
parents
it.
saw an anime, then they gave me white hair. It happens.
What's an anime?
That's a good question.
Well, anyway, what do you guys need? Do you guys need to ship something?
Wait. I'm with.
Everybody's there. You're all in the Griffin Express. You open the door, ding, ding, ding. He's sitting behind a counter. It looks like a medieval USPS. He's even dressed in brown. Okay.
Fucking right.
Good
So-
touch.
Right.
Yeah, he's dressed in brown. He's got a hat. He has red, bushy, curly hair and freckles. He's about 3.5 feet tall, and he's sitting on a stool behind a counter. His legs are obviously not reaching the ground. He's sitting on a higher stool. He's about 4.5, 5 feet up, eye level with both Pia and Sirach. And so he goes, "How can I help you guys? What do you need to do?"
We need to write a letter to somebody.
He points to a table across the way where there's quills and inks and paper. It's 10 gold for unlimited paper and ink.
Jesus. Okay.
Did I say 10 gold? I'm sorry, I meant 10 silver. But of course, you could be generous if you want.
Um,
I'm not even there.
how about 1 gold?
1 gold is 10 silver. It's the same thing.
Oh, right. But it's 1 gold. It's not 10 silver.
Okay, all right. If
Same
you say
thing,
so.
same thing.
Mhm,
All right.
gotcha.
Well, anyway, you go over to that table. You can write as much as you want for 1 gold. So give me the 1. You want to do a 5 gold, 5 silver deposit?
Just take 2 gold. You're funny.
Okay, okay. Oh, okay. By all means, you take as much time as you need. There's seats over there in case you need to make yourselves comfortable, and just write to your heart's content. And then we'll discuss shipping options after you guys are done with your letter.
Very well.
All right. So you make your way over to the table. Who's manning this? Obviously, Harry is actually breaking out of his shell a little bit, kind of looking over your shoulder, curious to see about your penmanship and your. And your
I was
grammar.
actually gonna nominate Harry to do it.
Oh.
Sirach, you're probably better with words than I am.
Yeah, I guess.
Strange coming from the
Help me out. here.
charismatic warlock.
Yeah, I know. But
So
I don't know.
who are you addressing this letter to?
I forgot his name because I'm shocked.
You're
Irilith.
Dear Irilith.
Dear Irilith.
I hope this letter finds you well. The
Okay.
natural
I miss
one.
you like the sun misses
Yeah,
the
right.
flower.
You know.
Oh wait, not a love letter. Never mind.
Yeah, no.
I hope this letter finds you well. We received your correspondence, and we are glad to accept your invite to see you and the prince down in Enosa. Expect us
in a week or 2.
in a week or
don't give
2.
a time frame. Don't give a time frame.
Well,
Expect us at your
within the
at
next
our-
month.
At our earliest convenience.
Yeah, sure. Earliest convenience.
There you go.
Keep it open-ended. It might not be all of us. We might leave Baka behind. Don't
Yeah,
write
all
that.
right.
Do you include that in the bottom of the letter? P.S.
No.
We should.
Okay.
Well, actually, no. P.S. There might be more or less of us when we arrive.
Okay. And then signed by whom?
The natural ones, obviously.
The natural,
natural
ones. Do you
ones.
mention, obviously it says the natural ones in flowery writing. Do you individually sign it or just say the natural ones?
I'm not signing shit.
Just the natural.
Yeah, just the natural one. She'll
Okay,
know.
okay. So the letter is written. Do you take it back over to the redheaded gnome sitting behind the counter?
Yeah, all right.
Okay, so you take it over to him. He goes, okay, so we have 2 shipping options. We can do it by horseback, which will take a week, or we could do instantaneous portal. Which would you like?
Well, how much does
portal?
it cost?
Well, the horseback is 5 gold to do the horseback. It'll take a week. The instantaneous portal for an inanimate object is 100 gold.
Let's just do horseback.
It'll be
Give them
instantaneous.
the 100 gold.
Fuck no.
Who gives a shit? We have a
Why
million
do they need our letter?
platinum.
Why do they need the letter immediately? Who the fuck cares?
I will pay for the portal. It's fine.
Oh my god.
Okay, so
Mr.
you're
Moneybag.
100 gold. Mark it off of your
My-
ledger.
They might become
Yeah.
impatient if we give it the letter a reply so soon. At least if they wait to get it, then we have more of a time frame. Like
Ooh, you know what? That's a good point. Yeah, you know what? Fuck
they
that.
might be
No,
jilted
they
if we
they
take
can
weeks.
fucking wait.
Yeah, they might be jilted if we take weeks and 1 week less to arrive. The letter it will be better for us.
We didn't leave a timeline though on the letter.
Yeah, fuck.
Yeah,
'em.
that was the whole point.
I'm just saying. It's all about appearances with nobles.
Yeah, fuck. it,
Now
portal.
you're worried about appearances?
I'm just telling you how it is. When you
Well,
steal
just-
a lot of shit, you gotta.
I already took the 100 gold off my thing. It's too late.
All right, so check it out. Just so you know,
The redhead has it.
the 2 gold that you gave him to write the letter is
Mhm.
included in the 100. It's like one of those deposit things where if you walk
okay.
out with the letter, you spent 2 gold, but otherwise he just takes 98 more. So it's 100 total.
Okay.
He goes, he says, would you like to watch? Well, first of all, where are you sending this letter? Who are you sending it to?
Is there a like almost like an address on the letter we got?
Actually, no, there isn't. There's
Oh,
only an
son of a
emblem. There's
bitch.
only an emblem and the details inside the letter. There's no
We're sending
return
it to,
address.
Earlith in Enosa.
Okay, so
Yeah,
the
let's
city,
try that.
the city of Enosa. Oh, I'm sorry. Actually, messages in either by horseback or by portal to the city of Enosa or any other correspondence to Zentarum cities incurs an extra 5 gold surcharge for possible death or maiming of the individuals to have to handle the letter because they're not so
Yeah,
cool with the other factions.
Great
in the
idea,
realm.
Baka.
All right,
So,
fine.
so it's
Paid.
105. Can you do 105?
105. You got
All right,
it.
105. So so what happens is that there's like a beaded curtain, like that you can walk through and separate with your hands, right? He turns around, hops off the stool, disappears behind the counter because he's only 3.5 feet tall. And as he walks towards the beaded curtain, you finally see him again. Takes the letter, and as the beads are swaying, you can kind of sort of see what's going on the other side of the beaded curtain. There's a stone platform in the center of the room that looks very nondescript. Doesn't look like it's magical or anything. He puts it there, the letter that you gave him, right? On that platform, goes around to the other side of the platform behind it, does something with the platform that you guys can't see from your perspective. And suddenly the letter lifts up off of the platform, is floating, levitating about 3 feet off the top of the platform. And suddenly a dark black circle the size of a sphere, the size of a softball, appears in the air where the letter is and grows in size. And all of a sudden wind starts to whip around the room. Dust in the room starts to kick up. The breeze starts to kick the beaded curtain back and forth. You can feel the wind on your faces. It goes boom, and it's gone. And the letter has disappeared from this little Griffin Express in the city of Alzando.
Very nice.
So the letter has been sent from the natural ones to Irilith in Enosa. So we'll find out.
We have to pay 5 extra gold. It's just gonna be.
Oh my God, Baka.
Well, you guys say that, and basically, let me make a perception check. He yells from the other room. He goes, he yells from the other room. He goes, and it's just the rules they tell me in the Griffin Express bylaws. I can show you the paperwork if you need to see
that
it.
shit.
Make an insight check.
Well, so,
Guidance.
You can guide him. Why not?
Okay.
Roll an extra D4 on your insight check for the comment that he just.
It's only 12.
Only 12. Hold on. He rolled a 4 for his deception check. He's completely full of shit. He has nothing to do with bylaws. You don't know what the real reason is, but it has nothing to do with rules and regulations.
Well, because he's a goblin.
Well, he's actually not a goblin. He's a gnome. He's a gnome. He's a redheaded, freckle-faced gnome. That's
there you go.
They didn't see him double anyways because he's fucking drunk off his ass.
That is true. That is true.
I'll cheers to that.
Yeah. So the letter is sent. What would you guys like to do next?
I'd like to steal 100 gold from this guy. 105 gold.
Okay, absolutely. So give me 1 second.
This fucking guy.
Okay.
Man.
So how exactly, tell me exactly what you'd like. When you gave him the gold, Pia, put it on the table. He scooped it off the table, put it into a larger sack, and took it into the room with him. So how exactly would you like to steal this gold, Baka?
Well, first off, can I make a perception check to see if there's like an imp or anything around us?
Sure you can. Make a perception check.
16.
16. You do not see any living imp in the rafters or any guards or individuals. Certainly not with a 16. You see nothing. So
I'm gonna cast invisibility while I was in the other room.
Okay, so you cast invisibility. Boom. The Baka, the gnome rogue with the white mohawk, is gone. He's gone from the room. Invisible.
I just say I'll meet you guys at the magic shop.
Okay, you hear that. You guys hear that. Okay, what would you go? So what are you doing, Baka?
So when he comes back to the front entrance,
well, you got to keep in mind, Pia, you can't see him now, so you're not really sure what's going on.
Yeah, he said meet me at the magic shop, so I'm just gonna leave.
Okay, so let's assume that while this is happening, Pia is leaving the establishment and he's maybe standing outside right out front.
So I'm gonna follow him. Come on.
So
yeah, I'm coming. We're going.
Okay, so you guys are making your way slowly out. What are you doing, invisible Baka?
When Baka disappears, I know what's up.
Comes back to the front of the shop. I'm gonna go to the back of the shop now.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna look for this large sack he put the money into.
Make a perception check.
16 again.
16 again. Hold on, let me roll. All right, so You notice something on the frame of the doorway. You're not sure what it is. You don't know if it's ornamental. I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt. Like you have, as you are approaching the beaded thing, you think to yourself two things. One, invisible. If you move the beaded gate, he probably noticed the fact that the beaded gate is
I can't go
moving.
underneath it.
No, it's basically one of these beaded gates that go to the floor. That in order to make your way through it, yes, you're invisible, but you'd have to move it, and it would move as if like an invisible entity is parting the beaded like curtain. So it gives you that basically goes your head. He's going to see the fact that it separates. The second thing is you notice something on the door frame that it's pointy, and it looks like it looks serpentine, and it looks ornamental, but you're not 100% sure what it is.
All right, I'm gonna steal that.
Okay. So you go to touch it. I need
Mage
you.
hand, with mage hand.
Oh, with mage hand. Okay. You go to touch it with mage hand. Nothing happens. The mage hand is not strong enough to remove it from the wall.
All right, I'm gonna.
Where are these guys? Where'd they go? Oh, I guess they listened. I guess they left. Whatever.
I'm gonna try to grab it with my hands down. Do I have to roll anything?
Make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Oh dear God.
Oh dear God is right. All right. Oh, it's good. It's 19.
It's a 19. That's a failure. The DC was 20.
What?
So necrotic energy blasts
Fuck.
through your body. You take. Hold on.
I'm gonna Misty step out immediately after that.
Okay. Hold on. Let me just get the dice.
700 points of damage.
No, it's not quite that high. But it's not
300 points of damage.
Make your death save. throw.
All of your health of
I was
damage.
just say, Baka, what's your max hit points?
38 points of necrotic damage.
Wow.
Damn.
So
Plus an extra 200.
you feel
That's nothing.
yes, no, he has lots of hit points. This is a high level group, but 37 points of necrotic damage. He notices he doesn't see you. Well, actually, no, do me a favor. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw because invisibility
Another
is
one?
concentration. I need to know if all that damage actually, so it's 38 divided in half is 17. So that's the DC. What is the Constitution save?
Oh, sorry.
I kind of want that thing now.
I failed.
What'd you roll?
14.
14. Okay, so here's the deal. When you were shocked unexpectedly with the necrotic damage from whatever that guardian's some kind of arcane focus that was nailed to the wall to keep people from going in a restricted area. Obviously, it caused you to drop the illusion, to drop the invisibility, and he sees you now standing there, basically as if you're like a kid with his finger stuck in a light socket. So, what are you doing? Get out of my store! Get out of my shop! You Misty Step?
Yeah.
Okay, so boom, you Misty Step. Misty Step a spell?
Yep.
Okay, so just keep track of the fact it's easy enough for you to Misty Step out of the store, and they haven't gotten that far ahead of you. When you turn around, you notice Baka limping in your general direction, and his left hand is basically black from the fingertips towards his palm. He doesn't look happy.
Could I get a heal? Huh.
Theoden's ignoring you.
Fuck's Theoden!
He's ignoring you. He just isn't saying a single word.
Oh, whatever. I'll
my
just use
God.
a second wind.
Okay, so second wind is one of your fighter abilities.
Yeah, it's
The Baka rogue is 12th level rogue, 5th level fighter, so he does have some
10
fighter
plus
abilities.
5.
D10 plus 5, absolutely. So I'm assuming now that you make your way over to the magic shop, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, easy enough. You've been to Julie's Enchantments before. It only takes a couple of minutes.
9.
You notice that the snow is certainly beginning to collect. It's about 2 inches already. So this is obviously, it's not a storm per se, but it's a significant snowfall, the first one of the season. Just
I'm making
in
a
case
snow angel.
Sirach drops on the ground, makes a snow angel. People walking by, trudging through the snow, look at you kind of strange, but they don't say anything to you and they just keep walking.
It's fine. They
yeah.
can mind their own business.
I
Yes.
want them to watch.
Yes.
You must witness me.
So you make your
Theoden.
way to. I'm
Theoden,
sorry. Go
I
ahead.
need a heal. Theoden,
Yes.
I need a heal.
Oh, do you?
I do.
Oh, congratulations.
Oh, how the tables have turned.
Okay.
All right.
you are
I'll
gonna
give
die.
him a little smack in the cheek.
Okay.
Smack in the cheek. What level spell do you cast?
Do it at third.
Third level. So what is that? 3d8 plus your modifier?
Yeah. 2.
2d8 plus your modifier. Outstanding.
It's only 2.
I'm not sure. I'd have to look it up. Do a
after...
quick Google search just to be on the safe side.
All right.
Baka.
What
Yeah,
is it?
not
Baka, you
Theoden.
do it.
What's
Baka
the spell
do it.
name?
Cure wounds. Cure wounds at 3rd level. I would hate for you to get cheated out of hit points. So let's
It's
verify.
1d8 start. So and it says every above a 2nd level or higher.
Oh, above 6, so it
1d8,
is 3.
So it's 3.
So 3d8. Does it give a
Plus-
modifier bonus or just 3d8?
Plus your spellcasting ability.
Okay,
modifier.
cool. So what is it yours? Is it 4, I think? Or is it a 3?
5.
5. Okay, cool.
So
So
yeah,
yeah,
in the world.
3d8 plus 5. Healing.
It's 20. It's 20.
So 20 points of magical energy from Elune drops over the gnome rogue. You notice that from the sky, unexpectedly,
You're welcome.
I need that.
snowflakes begin to slightly fall, which is not surprising because it's snowing, haha. But you don't know
Nah.
which. You don't know which is from Mother Nature, and you don't know which is from Elune. But you do notice that when a snowflake hits your hand, some of the
One
black.
tastes salty like God's tears.
Yes, exactly right. Exactly right. So you make your way to Julie's Enchantments. You make your way in. The shop is open. I would say that it's about noon. It's the 9th month, 24th day of the year 257. For those that keep track of such things, I do. Because there are things that happen in this realm, whether you are there or not, on certain date of events. So it's about noon. You walk into the shop, ding, ling, ling, ling. As you walk in, there's no bell above the door, so you have no idea how that sound came off. Must be magic. Behind the counter is Julie, who you've seen before. She is a tabaxi. Tabaxi's a cat person. She's female. She looks a little bit like a mangy gray cat with arms and legs. Gentlemen, good to see you again. How can I help you?
Yeah, hi Julie. So I have this weapon here. I'm gonna bring out my boomstick.
Boomstick. For those
It's-
that don't know, a boomstick is kind of like an antique-looking firearm with two casings, with 2 chambers.
So the dilemma I'm running into is across our journeys, we've run into creatures who are immune or resistant to non-magical damage. And I'd like to somehow turn this weapon into a magical weapon that it shoots projectiles, little metal slugs. So I'd either like to enchant the slugs or more possible, enchant the weapon itself to turn the projectiles into magic projectiles.
May I touch it?
Sure.
She waves her hand over it, touches it. Blue filtered light comes from her hands. There's the dust that's floating in the air turns blue around the firearm resting on the table. And it was interesting just from looking at it. It seems like several different parts of the gun start to light up. It almost like compartmentalizing the gun. And she basically stops for a second, looks at it, scratches her chin, licks her paw, wipes her ear. Let me see. Let me see if I can. Okay, so she goes behind her really quickly and she gets what looks like just a regular wand, right? Puts it on the table. Let me see if I can explain this to you. I can do it. I am the best enchanter in Alzando. I can enchant anything. But this is difficult for a couple of reasons. Let me see if I can explain to you. You see this wand? This wand is one piece. If it was a staff with a stone, it would be 2 pieces. I would enchant the stone, I would enchant the wand, I put them together, it is enchanted. This
I understand.
item, which I've never seen before, this is composed of 12 or 13 different pieces that come apart and move.
Sucks to suck.
So I first of all, we have 2 problems. One, while I am a master enchanter, I am not an engineer. What I would have to do is I would have to take this thing apart and individually enchant all 11 or 12 pieces and then somehow put it back together. I can do this.
Sounds like a lot of platinum.
But you have to realize 2 things. Yes, my friend, Mr. Dwarf. It would definitely be a higher charge than normal. Plus, if you would be taking a kind of a gamble. It would take me time to enchant it. And to tell you the truth, since I'm not an engineer, I don't know if I would be able to put it back together properly because I've never even seen this item before. So you would have to put your trust in me that I would be able to disassemble it enchant the pieces and then correctly put it back together. So if you want to talk about pricing of what that would cost, I would do that. But you must understand this. You must assume of some risk as far as perhaps this item not being as capable as it was before, I guess. I believe I can do it, but I don't know.
No.
What if
I-
we had
I-
an engineer take it apart and then we
We-
bring the pieces to you? You enchant them, we bring them back to the engineer. He
I don't
puts it
think
together.
Oh yes, that
Taking-
would be
what
easy.
about-
That would be fine. That would be
You
fine.
can take it apart,
that?
no problem, right?
Yes, I can. Oh, I could take it apart, no problem. But again, I've never seen an item like this. I'm not 100% sure how it works. So it would take me some time to
So
figure out
how
how to reassemble it.
How about this? If you take it apart and you enchant the parts, I can take the parts as is, unassembled. and
Okay.
take it to its creator to reassemble it there.
Okay. That makes sense. I could do that. Okay, so let's talk pricing. So, were you thinking about a +1 or a +2? Because that is the limit of my abilities.
+1.
Okay, so we do
now.
+1.
So I know the pricing.
She points again to the wand on the table. She goes, okay, so to do this wand would cost to make it a +1 wand, arcane focus, would be 2,000 gold pieces. Now understand, there are 12 or 13 different pieces here. I'm not going to charge you for all 12 or 13. Obviously, we'll do some kind of group rate. But at the very least, I'd have to charge you for at least 5. So to make this item, I could take it apart and enchant the pieces. It would cost 2,000 times 5. I guess the group, I would say 9,000 gold pieces.
Think about it,
I'm not
buddy.
so well. I don't think your other enchantments were 2,000 for just a +1.
Well, this is my price. You have to realize the prices fluctuate. They go up and down depending on the market, depending on how much you dip. Sometimes you are correct. Sometimes the prices are cheaper. Sometimes based on demand and scarcity, the prices go up. It also depends. Also, honestly, this is a custom job. So think of it this way: guaranteed, this could be more than just 2 times 5. There's at least 12 or 13 moving parts in here that I have to enchant each one individually. I'm just doing times 5 as a courtesy because you are a previous customer.
I am a previous customer, but you're also not assembling it after you enchant it.
Yes,
so
this is true. That's why I did give you discount 10 to go to 9,000 gold piece.
How about 8,500?
Make a persuasion check.
Guidance. No.
You can do guidance, but you have to do sleight of hand.
Yeah,
that was an immediate no.
No, not
I'm
doing
pretty
it.
sure
I want
Not
to.
here.
No.
Guidance,
Not here.
wait, is persuasion one of my things? It is. Thank God. It's only 16.
Only a 16?
Yeah.
She says, you have to understand this is going to take me. Oh, that's another issue that we need to talk about. Normally, it would take me a few days to enchant an item.
Ooh, she's about to give you some bad news.
Here's the
bears.
problem. Yes, you have to think about it. Okay, I usually tell people come back in a week to give myself a little playroom because I don't want I don't want to rush myself. Who wants to rush? I don't want to rush. So I give myself a week. But the truth is, it takes about 3 days to do the enchantment. Okay, there are 12 pieces here. 12 pieces times 3 days. It will probably take me about a month to do the job. Maybe I can do 3 weeks, but I really have to focus on this and take everything else and put it aside, which is why if I have to put everything else aside, I cannot possibly give you the discount. I'm not making money on any other enchantments.
I understand.
Gotta make her money.
I am sorry, Mr. Gnome. I'm
No,
trying
that's
to
fine.
work with you.
Let's go ahead. Can I pay with items and gold? I have.
Oh
some
yes, I will
magical
do.
items
I will do.
that
I will
think
do.
interest you.
I will do a swap, like a credit towards. Absolutely. What do you have?
I have these leather gloves, with our monk, with lightning attributes.
Player to DM, make sure that no one else in your group wants to actually
No
like
one's a
use these.
monk.
I know, but I just think you should. It's a common courtesy that you should. It's a pull. I don't. Want
I
you to
kind of want one.
You already have gloves, you little shit.
Well, it is.
I like the look of those gloves, though.
It is a monk item, though. I'm not trying to cause trouble. I'm just trying to say that he should
No,
take
Matt
others into
is.
consideration. But Matt might be trying to cause trouble. So.
It might be a monk item.
I mean,
but
I got some lightning stuff going on.
I
that would
got-
just
I
like
got the
compliment me real
spirituality of
nice
the monk.
if I could do some lightning punches too.
He can do
I'll,
lightning punches there.
You know what?
Yeah.
I'll throw down. I have a silver ring with a diamond in it that
I got this cloak of
ripped off a
protection.
guard.
So you have a silver ring with the, you
That I
have a
ripped
silver-
off of a guard in Kirillith. Yeah.
Okay. You put it on the table.
Yeah.
She waves her hand over it, does some sort of incantation very quickly. It glows. She says, "Oh yes, it's magical.
Wait, what is it?
If you give me 10 minutes, I can tell you.
Oh, son of a bitch.
If you give me 10 minutes, I will tell you. But of course,
You know what? That'll give our gnome friends some time to get more.
It'll
objects to
it'll
trade.
cost 10 gold pieces for the identify.
Yeah, fine, because I'm
Okay,
curious.
10 minutes, 10 gold pieces. Mark 10 gold pieces off of your list, your ledger,
Could have done that. for free.
Mister.
Yeah, I know.
Thing. Okay, so now,
Fuck, I'm
so
trying to
now
help
while
you.
she's working on it, she's working on determining what that ring is, what the diamond is. What are you doing, Baka, as far as the items
Alright,
that you look
So assuming no one wants the leather gloves,
Okay, so
I also
9,000.
have a battle axe two-handed +2, which Matt could use, but you have that single.
Who's Matt?
You have that,
Yeah, who's Matt?
Theoden has that
Warhammer.
warhammer.
Theoden!
What's a
That
mat?
legendary warhammer.
Yeah, who
which
the fuck's Matt?
I'm not sure if
Sounds like a dweeb.
He is.
He is.
Both of them.
Nerd.
So, so we got the two-handed battle axe +2. Is there anyone that wants to lay claim to that, or can
Nah, I don't want
Baka
it.
throw
I
this
have
into
my
the
hammer.
kitty? All right, so if it's a +2, she would probably sell a +2 for somewhere in the ballpark of 6,000 or 7,000 gold, but she would need to sell it. It needs to sit on the shelf for a while, so we cut that in half. That would probably she would be willing to give you 3,000 gold in credit for that.
how about 3,500 credit?
Make a persuasion check.
You're making quite a killing here.
She's working on your item only for the next 3 weeks and can't make money anywhere else.
23.
23. On a 23, she agrees. What did you say? 20, how much?
It was
3,500?
3,500, yeah.
Okay, so wipe off the +2 battle axe. She's willing to give you a 3,500 gold credit.
And then the lightning gloves, that unless someone really does want those.
Anybody?
Nah.
That's fine.
Okay, so the lightning gloves. She looks at the lightning gloves. Just remind me with the lightning gloves. Was that a +2 item or +1? I think
Yeah,
it was +1.
+2.
It was +2.
Yeah.
Same deal.
+2 fist strikes.
She's same deal. She's willing to give you a $3,500 credit on that. 3,500 gold credit on that.
Okay.
Same deal.
That's fine.
So 35 gets you down actually to only 2,000 gold. Unfortunately, it's going to take 3 weeks though.
Yeah, I understand. And they didn't just
So
teleport me
wipe off the
back.
gloves that you
Erika, what?
You could just teleport me back the time.
Oh,
comes.
that's true. Yeah.
All right. So
And then I have a I'll keep that actually. And I'll pay the 2,000. I'll pay
paid up front.
yeah, I'll pay 200 platinum.
Thank you so much for doing this because again, I would be short on funds for the next 3 weeks. It's good to have the money up front. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so the gray matted fur female tabaxi purrs at you. She takes the 2,000 gold. So mark off the gloves, mark off the battle axe,
Yep.
mark off the 2,000 gold. 3 weeks. Let's do a calendar check. Hold on. So over to 9/24. Sorry, folks, got to do the administrative stuff too. So 9/24. So that's 6 days away from the 10th month. So six.
Just tell me the date when.
That's what I'm trying to figure
figure
out.
it
So
out.
10/1 is 6 days. And then let's see, 2 weeks would be, so let's just make it easy. We'll go 10. How about the 20th, 10th month, 20th day? So 10, 20, 257. 10, 20, 257, boomstick +1. But again, boomstick +1, but it's going to be in pieces. You're going to have to do something with it from
I
that.
understand. I'll just bring it back to Percy's shop.
Okay,
can hopefully
very
it's
cool. All right, so let me write that down in another spot too. So
Unless Chris
10,
decided to blow it up. magically.
20, 257 +1 boomstick. Julie's Alzando. Yeah, Mike, I could nuke Alzando in the next 3 weeks. That's possible.
I'm
Yeah.
sure you're.
We might not need
do
help
it.
doing that.
Okay, but anyway, but the good news is that if Julie is still alive, she is very reliable, as you've known from previous experiences, and it
She's still
shouldn't be a
alive.
problem at all.
Oh, and Julie, I remember asking you before
Yes.
we had to leave briefly. Did you get those special gloves in stock? The ones that
Special
help
gloves. Oh,
you-
let me look in the back. Hold on.
protect
Was these the
projectors.
gloves of thievery?
Yes, those are the ones.
Oh, stay here. Don't go anywhere. I have got the new shipment in. Let me go in the back. She disappears. She disappears for
Almost
maybe
forgot
2
about
or
those.
3 minutes.
I got a new
Oh
shipment. I
damn!
haven't
It
looked
looks
at
like
it.
they've been stolen.
Wonder who
Okay.
could have did that.
Okay, so she
Loves of
comes back
thievery, it
out. She comes
happens.
back out with a box, a wooden box, lays it on the table, dust on the top of the box. She wipes off the dust because she seems all of a sudden a little self-conscious about the fact that it looks hasn't been opened. Undoes the clasp, opens it up. 2 shitty looking gloves. I mean, these look like they have cracks in them from the prehistoric era. They've got dust all over them. They look like you haven't left this case in a long time, but they look like they could fit you. They look like riding gloves, brown, shit-colored riding gloves.
Nice.
She says this will make your abilities in thievery that much nicer. Trust me. Trust me. This is from the coast, from the coast of the Forian Desert. I've had this from a customer who traded with me. This is the perfect thing for someone like you. Trust me. However, it's going to be very expensive because it's very very hard to get.
Of course they are.
Yes.
Depends.
Yes.
It depends on the price. What are you selling them for?
I would give you a one-time discount. I was going to charge you 10,000 gold pieces, but because you're doing such business with me, I would charge you 8,500 gold.
Okay, I can't afford that. It's fine.
Wait. Okay, let's no. I got this shipped in specifically for you. What is your? Tell me what your limit is, and see if we can work a deal.
My limit is it's 2,500 gold. I'm
Oh
sorry.
no.
Yeah, I'm running
Oh
low
no.
on funds.
Okay,
Daddy's
listen.
gotta go to the bank.
Oh wait, what about
Listen.
this ring?
Okay.
Let's
Okay,
see.
the ring is a +1 protection.
Okay, what is that worth?
2,000 gold.
Put that towards it if you want. I'm not gonna be able to use it.
Well, actually, I have to be honest with you. Actually, I could only give you like 1,200 gold because you have to realize I'm a business. If I can sell it for 2,000 gold, I have to actually put it on my shelf. I have to sit there. I have to pay rent. I have to pay taxes to the taxes man. And I don't know when a person will come in and buy it from me. So it sits there. I have to have expenses. So, I give you the 12 and I take the risk.
I feel like I'm
I-
watching Pawn Shop right now.
Yes. So at 1,200, I give you a 1,200 credit. 1,200 credit on the one plus one.
1,200 cred.
If nobody else wants it, we could put it towards your shit, Baka, if you want.
I don't need the gloves of thievery aren't like super needed. Not for the price he's selling for.
It's a very powerful item. I think it's good for picking locks. It's good for stealing stuff from people's pockets. Don't ever use it here. I have safeguards on the walls. You cannot see them. They are wards on the walls. They will shock you.
No, Julie. I like you too much.
Oh
to,
yes,
steal anything
and
from
you
but-
hear her purr from like down in her belly. you almost feel like a vibration on the counter. So she enjoyed that nice comment from you. Even without a perception
Suck
check, you
up.
can tell that she likes you.
That's what the
So
loud
I will
money here.
listen, my little gnome. I will put this in the back. I will hold on to it. I will have it for at least a month before I have another shipment. Eventually, I'll have to shift it. There's a lot of money sitting here. I have to shift it for other items that could possibly sell. So I will only have it for about a month, but I will give you the best deal that I can.
I
You're coming
understand.
back. You're coming back in 3 weeks. Maybe you'll change your mind.
I understand. I'll keep it in mind.
Okay.
The one last thing. Do you have any health potions here? in
Oh
stock?
yes. What
yeah,
kind?
we
How
we
strong?
definitely need
Regular.
The strongest you got.
I have greater. I have one superior, and I have. Let me go in the back and check. She runs in the back, and
We
she
need it,
finds 2 greater and 1 superior. She puts them on the table. There's this clear viscous liquid in these glass containers.
Do you guys want to chip in here so we can split them? Or do you guys not want health
Sure.
potions?
I already paid to mail the letter.
I'll
I'm
take a
good.
couple.
Yeah, whatever.
All right, so
why not?
just
I don't.
with
I
the-
don't
with-
think I need.
just so you know-
how much is the superior and 2 graders gonna cost?
Okay, so the greater potions are 200 gold each, and those are 4d4 plus 4. So those are 200 gold each. The superior is 800 gold. Superior is 8d8 plus 8.
So it's 1,200.
So it'd be 1,200 total. However you guys want to break that up. There's 3 potions, two greater, 1 superior.
I'll give you 1,100 in platinum.
You mean 11? You give me 1,100 platinum?
No,
I think
not-
you'd be over.
11
I think you'd be
1,100
overpaying.
gold, but it will be all in platinum.
I'll give you
Okay.
1,100 platinum, even though I just said no to those gloves.
No,
So you mean that you'd give me 110 platinum?
Yes.
Okay, so good. Thank you. It actually helps me because it's easier to lug around. She has a box that she opens up, and like a magician that hides the bunny rabbit in the box in the hat. She puts the 110 platinum pieces, and it disappears right before your eyes into the box. She closes the box, lifts it up like it's nothing, and puts it in the back. So who's taking the superior? Who's getting the 2 greater? What's happening?
I'm taking them all.
Oh well, Sirach wanted one. Sirach,
Oh,
you gonna?
You did?
Yeah, I was
fight-
gonna pitch in, and then Baka's like, "No, I'm paying for all of them. Who
I
cares?"
thought you said you didn't. I heard no. Sorry.
No, that was
Alright.
me.
Pia didn't want any.
Okay. Yeah, you can pitch in. You want to take the superior, and then I'll take the 2 graders.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Okay,
So
so
you pay
yeah,
800.
so-
I'll pay 400 then.
okay, cool. So it's
Or
800. It's
700 for him, and I'll pay 400.
okay. So 700 gold for you, Sirach. You get.
I
the superior.
feel like I'm with a significant other at a mall right now.
400 gold for Baka, and he has the 2 graders. Sirach has the 1 superior. Would that be all, gentlemen? I don't mean to rush you, but I have to actually close this store up for temporary-
One last thing, Julie.
Oh yes,
One
yes,
last.
yes, Mr. Half Elf. How can I
Do you
help
by
you?
chance have any +2 arrows?
+2 arrows. Let me go look. Let me look in the back. Excuse me. I have to put I have to put my safe in the back anyway. Excuse me. I'll be right back. She comes out in like 30 seconds, and she has 1 +2 arrow, lays it on the table, and says, this arrow I can sell to you, but it's a finely crafted arrow from the high elves in Ikanos is where it comes from. And this is I could sell this to you. I could sell this to you honestly. Well, how many of these arrows do you need? Because I can make more in 3 weeks. I can have an entire batch of them for you.
I'll just take the 1 you have. It'll be fine.
Okay.
I'll use it for a special occasion.
Okay. 100 gold.
Could you do 80 gold?
Make a persuasion check.
Okay. Not the greatest persuasion. That'll be a 14.
Oh, she looks at
Yeah.
you, and she goes, this is finely crafted. 100. I was actually giving you a good price based on all the business we already had. I'm so sorry. Do you want me to? I have plenty of +1s. You want me to get +1s in your price range?
No. I'll do the 100. It'll be fine.
The DC was 15. Sorry.
Of course it was. Of course it was.
You rolled a 14.
Yeah.
So 100 gold, and she
Okay.
gives you the +2 arrow. And for those that don't know, Sirach has a special quiver where if he puts a +2 arrow into the quiver, he now has unlimited +2 arrows. He doesn't need more than 1. He only needs 1. Exactly. So welcome to the +2 arrow game.
Woo.
All right. So,
Got a +3.
gentlemen, are you done with Julie's enchantments?
Yeah, let's go. I need more money.
Yeah,
Okay. So now you are headed specifically where?
I am almost broke. I only have
To
600
the
platinum
Cave
still.
of Wonders.
So
Whoa.
just to give people a heads up on what's actually going on in this campaign, one of the side/main quests in this campaign is there are these dwarven rune caves that are spaced out around the realm. They visited 5 out of 6. According to the legend, there are 6 dwarven rune caves that involve a battle that occurred hundreds of years ago against the Platinum Dragon. Much of the lore has kind of twisted itself around to what they thought was true was actually untrue, but that's too much to get into right now. The point is they're looking to enter and discover the secrets of the final dwarven rune cave. That is something that we will attack after our mid-session break. Right now it's 8 o'clock. You guys want to come back? We can take a break and we'll come back at 8:20.
feel like we just started.
Sounds
an hour
good.
ago.
Yeah. Well, I mean, listen, it's just we'll take a break. We'll go for another hour or two after the break. I got 8:02. I will be back at 8:20. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Shenanigans TTRPG. We play Dungeons and Dragons Monday nights, usually at 6 o'clock. We got a little bit of a late start today. Don't go anywhere. We're gonna let the stream run. I'm gonna put up a little signage. Let's put this into the gallery view. I'll put the signage up. And we will be back at 8:20 Eastern Standard Time. Thank you for watching.
At least it better be.
Honestly, I'm all for the car.
I'm gonna go get a drink. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
But
Roland series.
in his defense, it was also the first one that they ever held. So, like,
No real precedent or challenge.
yeah, no real precedent. Not like, oh, you know, there's been so many winners before you. It's like, no, we just kind of threw this together. Now you win.
Yeah, so his current team is Surfetched, Lucario, Pikachu, Gigamax Pikachu, Dragonite Gengar, and Dracofish, which is the fossilized Drakefish.
What
Interesting.
the hell is Gigamax?
It's like a giant shit from the book. I don't know.
Basically, it just like becomes a giant like Mace's Day parade size Pokemon.
That's hilarious.
Exactly.
Does
Yeah.
Wailord have one?
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone knows.
No way.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Some Pokemon look special when they do it though, like Charizard. Yeah, it was I think it was the latest generation that did it. It was Sword and Shield.
Yeah.
He's back.
I wasn't too fond of it, but you know, it's cool.
Here's Johnny.
We all ready?
Chris, you're muted.
All right.
Press the button.
How about now?
Nope.
Better.
Much better. Much better.
You can hear me. You can hear me.
No.
I can hear you. You sound good.
Oh,
You guys see
beautiful.
Matt's his mouth's moving, but I don't hear him.
Shut up.
I think he said shut up to me, but I'm just reading his lips.
Amazon card giveaway.
Keep
Give it
reading,
away.
bitch.
Give it away. Give it away now. Okay. We are Shenanigans TTRPG and we play Dungeons and Dragons. Thank you so much for sticking with us. This is the second half of episode 34. Before we jump into the game, real quickly, I want to have this is my final opportunity to tell you how to win the $30 multi-pass. $30. Actually, let me put myself big so that you can see what's going on. Hold
And
on.
your name doesn't need to be Lilu either.
No, it does not. Does not. Outstanding. Okay. 3 $10 Amazon multi-pack, $30 Amazon gift card to one winner. All 3 cards go to one winner. Here is my amazing handheld corkboard. This is my PowerPoint presentation. This is special graphics made specifically for this. We're in the big time. We use special graphics. So $30 Amazon gift card, one winner on May 5th, Cinco de Mayo.
Don't forget to vote for Team Theoden.
Yes, that's part of it. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So here's what you need to do to enter into the contest. You need to like this video, episode 34 of Shenanigans TTRPG. You need to subscribe to this channel, which you probably already are subscribed if you're watching this. I wouldn't be surprised, but make sure that you're subscribed. That's part of the deal. Now, I need you to post a comment, not live chat. So those of you that are watching this live, I appreciate you. I love you. Thank you so much for watching us. But I need you to, once this stream is over, to pop yourselves back in and make a comment. So a comment is what's going to enter you into the $30 gift card contest. If you just make a comment in live chat, I'm going to lose you. I'm not going to count you. So it's got to be a comment. In your comment on this video, who's your favorite character on the stream? Baka, say something.
I am the favorite.
Yes,
shit.
That's Baka. Mr. Theoden, please say something.
Theoden and Chester, we deserve the win.
Yes,
we are the only healers.
The half-elf Sirach, please say something.
Something, but also vote for me.
Good.
Sirach.
Not only Theoden's the healer. I can
don't
heal
know
too.
if I could beat that.
And last but certainly not least, our blue tiefling Pia. Please say something, Pia.
Don't vote for Baka.
Yes.
I don't care who you vote for, just not him.
So those are our 4 players. In your comment,
I'm gonna vote for Sarah
on this video. I need you to mention who your favorite character is. Okay, and that will enter you into the contest. Pardon me. There'll be a random drawing on Cinco de Mayo on May 5th. It will be a separate video. I will mark it May 5th drawing. I'll use an online program to spin the wheel, and it will come up with a winner. That winner then has 5 days to give me, through private means. Please don't post your mailing address or personal information publicly on YouTube. Please don't do that. We will get in touch with each other once we determine who the winner is. Over the next 5 days, you give me a valid mailing address. I don't care if you live in Canada or the UK or where else. I will get it to you. Listen, we will incur the cost as part of the promotion to get the card to you. So don't say to yourself, oh, I live in Australia, he's not going to mail it to me. Yes, I will mail it to you. Just make sure you get in touch with me within the next 5 days with a valid mailing address. If you don't contact me with your mailing address by May 10th, I'm doing another drawing and somebody else is going to win. So
you're gonna lose it.
You're going to lose it. You got to be in it to win.
Don't lose it.
Don't lose it. So those are the rules. Again, the most important rule you need to remember is not live chat. When this video is over, make a comment with your favorite player, favorite character, player, character, whatever. All right. So let's put this away.
Share the video too. That wouldn't help.
That would certainly, I agree. I absolutely agree. Share the video is kind of nice. Nice thing to do. I'm going to put a whole bunch of hashtags in the description. Hope to try to attract as much attention as possible. So where were we? We were doing basically Pawn Stars in medieval times, basically going to the magic shop, Julie's Enchantments, in the city of Alzando. Alzando is a city that floats 1,000 feet, pardon me, in the air. They use a magical veil in which to enter and exit the city of Alzando, the floating city of Alzando. You are walking through a snowfall. You're on the main central thoroughfare outside of Julie's Enchantments. The central spire is in the center of the city. People are moving here and there, carriages, carts. What would you guys like to do? It's up to you.
Go get our fucking horses and get the fuck out of here.
Easy enough. If
We've
you
stuck in
had,
this place for like 6 episodes.
easy enough. So you make your way over to the stable, which you find out when you get to the stable that your 5 horses are alive and well. They've been kept fed, kept clean and everything. The young teenage dwarf, who is the stable boy of the stable, runs to the back And within a few minutes, you hear vroom, 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 and all of a sudden you see the cobble snot, this vehicle, come hairpin around the corner.
It's back, baby.
And he comes racing towards you, and he looks like he's going to crash into you with the cobble snot and screeches to a halt, slides through the snow like a dune buggy, and lands within a couple of inches of basically hitting Pia. Almost hits you with the vehicle. So just to give people a quick overview.
Whoa, make him make a dexterity check. I want to see if it hits.
No.
He gotta hit him.
Can if
Come on.
you want.
No. So the Cobblesnot is a motor vehicle that was created by Sylvia Cobblesnot in another city called a floating city, in fact, on the other side of the continent called Kira.
One of the greatest things ever invented.
Yes. So there are very few of these automobiles, if you will. She calls it the Cobblesnot. They haven't been popularized yet. She's looking for funding in order to create a factory so she can start to mass produce them, but has not reached that point yet. I think the group might have the contract with the distributor, but that's a whole nother story. Let's not get into that.
We do.
The point is,
somewhere in the
point is that
pouch of holding.
Yes, there are not that many of these things, and of course, the natural ones have a Cobblesnot. Screeches to a halt. The kid that you gave the car to without a check. It seems pretty obvious that he's been driving this thing all week, because the way he came around that turn with this car, he's that valet kid that takes your BMW and goes driving all around the city with it and comes screeching back at the last minute, hoping you won't notice how much gas has been used.
Can I inspect it, see if he scratched it?
Absolutely. Make a investigation check, please.
Right.
Well, wasn't it already damaged when we gave it to him?
I got a 16.
It was damaged.
The only damage that you
10
see,
points, I think.
the only damage you see is the damage that you guys incurred to it originally. I think, it has 100 hit points total. It's down to
Has
like
84 hit points left.
84 hit points left. Yes.
Look at this. Look what he did. Look at this giant scratch.
Make a performance check, please.
I'm sorry. All right.
Jesus Christ.
Really
Everywhere we go. Everywhere we go, you embarrass me.
It's dirty 20.
A dirty 20, only a dirty 20? The kid
Only.
looks terrified.
I have a
I
+2.
didn't know. It wasn't me. I didn't do it. I haven't driven this. I haven't driven this at all. I left it in the back like you told me to. Well, I might have driven it a little bit. It's kind of fun.
See what your manager has to say.
He's not here today. Please don't talk to my manager. You have to realize that this is not something you see every day.
Where's your mom? I'll talk to her instead.
Don't talk to my mom, please. I didn't do anything wrong, please. Little gnome. I wanted to know actually.
Little gnome.
I'm sorry.
You?
I'm sorry, sir.
Wait.
Sorry, sir. How much? I would like to possibly keep this thing. How much would you like?
10,000 gold?
Oh no, is that how much it costs? Oh no. It's so much fun to drive.
Who paid for this thing anyway?
We all did.
We technically stole it, didn't we?
Oh yeah. Well,
Yeah.
no,
Trying to
we
remember.
paid for it, and then I stole all of her.
Yeah, you stole all of her money. So,
Yeah. You basically went into her
greatest
vault.
theft ever.
if he wants to keep it, he could be our personal driver.
Oh dear God!
Did you say that in front of me? My name is Cleo, and you need a chauffeur. I can.
Yeah, Cleo, you want to come with us?
Well, I've never left the city before, so I don't know if
I don't know
if my pa.
Today's a good day.
I don't know if my pa and my mom would like that.
Well, maybe you haven't heard of us, but maybe you have. We're the natural ones.
Oh my goodness, you're the ones that saved Lady Piper.
Right.
Yes.
From the clutches of those evil warlocks.
The chauffeur of the natural ones.
Oh my!
Quite a prestigious
Very
role.
prestigious.
I would be the chauffeur of the natural ones. I don't know. I would get in much trouble. I'm not supposed to be leaving the city.
I mean, your parents would be proud.
They might be. They
Well,
might
this
be.
job
They
will
said
come with,
my pa says I'd never amount to anything, and now this would be something I can accomplish on my own. I think. Can you give me
your
a
pay will
day?
be 3 platinum a month.
My dad will definitely he'd be mad at me that I left the city, but when he finds out how much money I'll make, he'll say, "Yes, you're a good boy." Oh my goodness, this is great. Oh, can you give me I need a half hour to settle my affairs, and I'll drive you wherever you want to go.
What do you guys think? Half hour?
Wait, you're serious?
We're hiring him.
Fuck it.
I'll go with you. I promise I will.
God, I could never get away from this fucking car.
Or you know,
Like, I don't want-
Well, I
I
don't-
thought
I
the
d-
problem was that we just didn't have someone to drive it. So
I'm riding my horse. Screw you guys.
Oh, what were you about to say, Cleo?
well, forget about Cleo for a second. The dungeon master was about to say that. Do you remember that fancy rigging, Sirach, that you briefly did in order
Yeah,
to
we hooked it
attach
up
the
to the
5
horses.
horses
Yeah.
to the cobblestone as if it's like a horseless carriage?
Oh
Yeah.
my
Well,
God.
unfortunately, all that's been undone.
of
So
course,
the horses are loose because he's been driving this thing around all week, and he's not driving it around like it's a carriage.
Has he been recharging it?
Well, that's a good question. That's a good
he
question.
probably hasn't. He probably just ran the battery dry.
Yeah.
God.
Well, actually,
Probably not going anywhere now.
Do we have
No.
a means of figuring that out? I can't remember.
yeah, absolutely. You basically, you were given a little bit of a tutorial by Sylvia Cobblesnot on how to refill it and how to notice with the gauge on the inside. Do you want to check
Oh.
the gauge on the inside?
I would like to do that. Sure.
The gauge on the inside, as you look at it, it is close to empty. And and also he notices this. Cleo notices that you're looking at. He says, "Well, I have a friend who works for Julie at the enchantment shop that he kind of comes with me for rides, and he helped me charge it up. So that's how I
Why
was
does it
able
look
to."
like he's smirking while he says this?
He's the kid. Honestly, it's like you basically opened up a serious can of worms with him. Like the Pandora's box has been opened; it'll never close because he's got the taste of he's got basically the need for speed now. At this point.
Uh-oh.
So but he basically says, "I'll be right back. Let me go home and get my stuff and settle. I gotta tell my mom that I'm not coming home ever again. I'm sure she'll have no problem with it when she hears about the platinum. I'll be back." And he turns around and your horses you have possession of your horses. You have the
Oh, good.
cobblesnot, and he ditches through like an alleyway, and before you can even say boo, he's gone. According to him, he'll be back in a half an hour. What would you guys
Alright,
like to
so
do?
my plan was to get him to leave without paying a tip. So we can go now if you guys want.
Oh, that's fucked up.
That's
I kind of like
That
it,
is
but-
really fucked up.
Well, I mean,
So you know what? Let's go.
Harry looks at you guys. Harry looks at you guys and goes, "You guys weren't seriously about going to take him with us, were you? Because
Don't look
that-
at
that-
me.
that kid
It's
would,
way too dangerous.
yeah, that kid would get killed. I mean,
Like
I mean,
you.
no,
It would be
I
all
mean, he's-
Pia's fault.
and yeah, and when he got killed, someone would have to come back here and explain to his ma and pa what happened to him.
It's true.
We wouldn't come
It's
back
true.
here and explain. We'd just leave it be.
So yeah, so what?
We would
so
just
who's-
collect the insurance money from the cobblestone.
Yeah, fuck it.
So basically, who's on? First of all, Harry takes one of the 5 horses and gets.
I
on
can't
his.
reach the
first.
pedals, so I gotta go take a horse.
Okay, so it's Harry. We got Baka on a horse. Who else is taking a horse? Who's getting in the
Actually, I'm gonna be riding Ari.
I'm.
Oh, that's
I'm
true,
sitting
that's
in the
true.
car. I'm not driving though. I'm being chauffeured.
car? Okay, so you're sitting in what, the passenger seat or the back seat of the cobblestone?
Yes, sir.
Can we hook up the cobblestone to the horses, or should
I'll-
we just leave it?
Oh,
Can we just give him the car and just be done with it?
No, because it gives you.
no, we
such
gotta get something
aggravation.
in return.
All right, so we'll hang out and we'll ask his
He's
mom
a
for the money.
fucking like valet. He can't
Maybe
afford
firstborn
They-
child. That's
They
unfair.
own the stable. They got
Yeah,
money.
firstborn child. I like it.
Maybe
We could trade for more horses.
Well,
Yeah.
how are we gonna explain to him that he suddenly can't come because he's expecting to come back and then join us?
Who says his mom's even gonna let him?
He's a young lad. He can do whatever the fuck he wants.
Harry says Harry shrugs and goes, he may not even come back in half an hour.
Yeah, he might be.
I mean, he may go home and find out that this is not exactly the plan his mom wants for him.
Yeah, I mean.
Maybe we can find. Hold on, and Harry taking the initiative, which is something you're not used to seeing Harry do, just cuts off in the middle of the conversation and walks into the stable and basically goes, "Hello, hello, manager in here? Is there like a supervisor or something?"
Don't tell me. Harry.
Nay.
And he doesn't hear anything. So he comes back out and he says, "Well, I mean, I was thinking. First of all, there's too many damn horses.
You're
we
telling
can
me.
maybe
I'm not
sell.
getting rid of Reskin. Don't you dare.
Wait, why do we have too many horses?
Well, Baka's riding his lion cub, which is
And
not really a
Reskin
cub anymore. These
is-
things have grown. My God.
That's truth.
Reskin is staying. The
All
horse
right,
is staying.
so I'm just saying 5 horses is a lot of horses when we have this vehicle. So speaking of which, Pia, did you say this thing was running out of energy or something?
Yes.
What do we have to do to this thing again? I don't remember.
Aiden, I'll chauffeur you if you contribute some gas.
Don't I have to?
I will
recharge it
contribute
with, like,
all
a
the
couple
gas.
cantrips or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Just-
what
So I know.
cantrips-
Hold on,
Just
guys,
throw
I
in a
got
level
it.
5 spell.
It's 10
Oh,
minutes
yeah.
if you use a cantrip, an hour for first level, 3 hours for second level, 6 for
Okay.
3, 12 for 4, 24 for 5.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't take notes because I didn't even want this fucking thing.
I know you did.
So,
those that don't know, it's kind of like it resembles a 1920s Ford Roadster with no windows. If you get a visual image of what this thing looks like,
Half wood.
half wood, exactly, and is no engine where the engine should.
I'm
be.
gonna put a
Basically got like
surfboard on top.
It's got like
Woody wagon.
it's got like a stone that's floating.
It's
in the
kind of
middle
like
the
Jacob's
carriage.
first car.
In the under the hood is a stone, a bright stone that's floating in space, and there's a funnel attached to it next to it, where supposedly you're supposed to pour in magical abilities in order to refuel the stone. So,
can I just hit it with
Oh.
like 10 cantrips?
you can try. So you hit it with 10 cantrips.
I'm
I'll
just
hit it-
gonna
I'll hit it
use
with some cantrips, too.
prestidigitation like a
You
whole
hit it with
bunch.
you hit it with a
flurry
ton
of
of
it.
cantrips. Ton of cantrips.
Yeah,
I
just
think
a
it's only
flurry
gonna
of 'em.
what cantrip's only gonna do. No matter how many cantrips, it's only gonna charge for 10 minutes.
Is that how that works? I can't remember.
I don't know. We'll
You-
find out
you'd
now.
You'd have to try.
Because I have another
Alright.
idea too.
I'm gonna do a flurry
Ooh.
of like Eldritch Blast, Prestidigitation, Ray of Frost, all that shit.
Okay, so while you guys are doing that, 10 minutes pass, and surprisingly, earlier than the half-hour break,
Uh-oh.
back comes Cleo, and he's got his shoulders slumped. And he's like, "My ma said I can't come with you. I wish I could come with you. I'm gonna miss driving this car. I have 127 gold saved. That's all I have. I'm
What
so
about your
sorry."
mom?
Well, I don't know. But
We'll take her.
all of a sudden, you see an older dwarf come barging out of the stable through the front door. "Get back to work! What are you doing out here talking? What are these gentlemen? What's going on here?" "Oh, this is my my boss, Marty. I'm giving them their horses back." And he's, "Oh, well, give them their horses back and get back inside and clean. Stop wasting time. Is there anything that we can do for you, gentlemen?"
You want to buy a car?
"What's the car?"
It's called a cobble snot.
What
Have a
is
seat.
what is it? He gets it, sits inside of it, and he goes, "Well, what does it do?"
It's like a carriage that doesn't need
What
horses.
doesn't it do?
"Oh, carriage that doesn't need horses."
You could use it
Puts
to
his
get
hands
around
on the
town. You
wheel.
don't have to worry. You don't have to feed it.
You'll get all the ladies.
"Oh,
Yeah,
okay." So, do you close the door on him?
sure.
What do I do? How do I control this? What do I do?
I don't know.
Oh shit!
Unless
I
They
don't
start
remember.
explaining how the shift works. and
Sirach,
everything.
you've driven it.
Yeah, I don't remember how.
It's a
Wasn't there like
I
a
see.
lever,
Shifting,
just like a
guys.
throttle lever?
Yeah.
Or was it actual like a car? I don't remember.
Oh, you see, there's 2 pedals.
Your stable boy knows.
Good.
Hey,
the-
Cleo, get over here. Okay, I'll come over here. Look at the Cleo jumps at the opportunity to jump in the car again. He runs around, leaps over the hood, jumps in the passenger seat, slams it shut, starts giving him a little tutorial, and all of a sudden he puts his foot down on a pedal or a lever, and the car lurches. He goes, "Oh, I like this. This is interesting. Oh,
Mhm,
how much you
mhm.
selling it for?"
10,000 gold.
"Ah, fuck that. Get out of the car, Cleo. This thing, no, this isn't worth 10,000 gold."
Yeah, it's probably worth 20.
Oh, I don't. Okay, good. Have a good day. Goodbye. Get
Come on.
inside, Leo.
I'll trade you the stable. I want the stable.
For
Passive
this-
income.
For this,
Yep.
For this piece of garbage.
have a good day, Mr. Tiefling. And he turns around and walks off. So,
What about
so now
5,000 gold?
you see the look at he doesn't even pay attention to your offers as he turns around on his
Oh.
heel and storms back inside the stable. And you see Cleo basically holding a broom, looking from inside the stable where the door, his eyes just over the stable,
We're
these,
stuck with it,
these
guys.
sad eyes.
We might as well fucking use it.
Might as well just.
What would you guys like to do?
We either leave it here or we fucking go take it with us. Let's just.
I
fucking-
want to leave it. It's been a constant inconvenience. Like it
Not
really.
really. We've just used it as a carriage. How's that
Yeah.
an inconvenience?
I don't know. I just have a really bad feeling that this thing's gonna like it's gonna be like an anchor. Like, but
I'm
you know what?
taking it.
Go
I'll
ahead,
drive.
take it.
I'll drive.
I'm going on my horse.
Okay, so
I
so
said I was gonna
assuming that-
drive. You just had to
assume-
fuel it.
Oh,
Well,
that's true.
Oh yeah, did my thing work to fuel it?
Well, you don't know. The engine is running. I mean, the
Oh.
engine's running. It moved
Is-
forward. You
Is
Well, look
there
at
a
the gauge.
Yeah.
We say, well, there's a gauge. The gauge, well, actually, the gauge only went to 1/4. As many times as you fired a cantrip into it repeatedly, it only went to 1/4 full.
There you go.
All right, let's leave that for now then.
All right, so Theoden is behind the wheel, or Sirach.
No,
you guys can-
Sirach.
Sirach's behind the wheel. Theoden is in the passenger
My
seat.
hand's just on his knee.
Okay, two of the horses are taking up.
As it should be.
Two of the horses are taken up. One by Baka, one by Harry. Pierre, are you jumping on a horse? Or you getting in the back seat of the car?
I'm getting on my horse.
Okay, so 3 horses are being ridden, and 2 horses have no riders. What would you guys like to do?
Wait, are we taking it?
They're
tie them
taking it.
to
Yeah,
the
we're
car.
taking it.
All right.
Theoden is in the passenger seat. Sirach is behind the wheel playing with the gear shift. And you got 3 people on horses, and there's 2 extra horses. What would you like to
Alright,
do?
So
If you want to just grab them by the bridle and just lead them along?
Yeah.
we just tie up the horses to one of the other horses.
All right, easy enough. Not a big deal. Okay, so
I'm
just
ready,
really
Ari.
quickly, Sirach, could you just make a quick survival check just to determine how well you
Survival. How well you survive in that thing?
Guidance.
You're not guiding him because you're on the horse and you're not even sure.
Can
what-
I guide him?
You can guide him emotionally and spiritually, but not with the dice.
24.
You take to it like you've been driving your whole life. It's not even you. Apparently, you were paying attention when Sylvia was giving instructions from outside the car, looking in, because you're a natural. You're absolutely a natural. So
I
you
got
don't
a
have to
real
worry
question.
about doing any damage to the car for the time being. So I'm assuming you guys
I'm
make
gonna
your
roll
way.
up my sleeves,
I got a
tuck
question.
my hair behind my ears, and just one-handed.
That's
how we're
it. That's
driving.
it. That's it.
Aiden's still drunk.
No.
Theoden is still drunk. It's only noon, so he's
Well,
gonna
I
be
mean,
drunk. He's gonna be
I
drunk for a
could
while.
also be staying drunk.
So you never
Theoden,
know.
check this out. I'm gonna do donuts.
Take a nap
In the snow, it's easy enough to do donuts.
I
in
guess
the
I'm
snow.
puking.
I'm gonna do a minor image in front of Theoden, and the most scary, horrific demon I can think of.
Absolutely. Make a wisdom saving throw at disadvantage, Theoden.
Ooh, 21.
Disadvantage?
You roll twice, and the lower of the 2 is a 21.
I didn't hear disadvantage.
Disadvantage. Roll again. Take the lower of the
That's
2.
cocked. All right, 17.
What is
Still
your
not bad.
what is your magical DC, Baka?
Definitely not 17.
So even through your drunken haze,
Oh,
you could tell the
wait, but-
2-dimensional nature of his mirror, his image.
Would you consider
That's
this a
right,
sneak attack?
motherfucker.
of
It's like
some-
an
I would not
8-bit
consider this a
Baylor.
sneak
Alright.
attack, Mr. Sneak
Like-
Attack. No.
an ambush, so
No, no.
he would get just double disadvantage.
Yeah, so far, I'm sure in 6th edition D&D, there'll be double disadvantage, but
So
as of
they
yet,
can
it
roll
doesn't exist.
4 more times.
Doesn't exist. So do you make your way towards the veil, the magical exit of this city floating in the sky?
Yes.
Okay, easily enough. You are basically the crown princes of the city. They do not hold you back. You slowly exit through the purplish kind of magical curtain that hangs towards the exit, and you find yourselves 1,000 feet below an instant later as the car passes through, and then each of the horses with the riders on them. You guys are down below. You look over your shoulder, and you see the city of Alzando floating 1,000 feet above you in the distance. So you're on the main road. I have the map, and basically, I'm sure you guys have copies of the map as well. Where would you guys like to go?
Northward.
You're basically in the city below Alzando. So where's your eventual destination? Where you guys are
We
going
should-
to
we
the
should head- Do we want to cut through the waterway, or do we just want to go around land? Well, we're gonna have to cut through the waterway eventually, anyways. Unless you guys want to take the long way around. We're going north.
So the goal is to go north past the city of
To
Odenvine
Where
on the
Crosa
right.
is to the left of Crosa.
Got you. So what you want to do is you want to do as the bird flies towards the body of water, and then basically you try to find your way across the water to go straight to the sixth
Well,
northern rune
I feel
cave.
like we should probably just go around that first body of water and north, and then we should definitely try to go cut across the water for the second one.
Well, keep on. What do you mean second one? I'm confused.
The one, the water right below Crosa, and then there's the
Oh,
water
I see. I see.
right
You're
above
not
Alzando.
Oh, I see. For Alzando, you're not interested in wrapping it around. You want to
Yeah,
basically hit the water. Gotcha.
It's not going to take that much time out of our
We have a boat.
journey. Yeah, but you know,
Okay.
getting
Yeah,
that
I
far
was
in the boat
just-
is a pain in the ass.
Oh, I see.
No,
I
it's
see.
not.
So is this in an agreement? You guys basically want to. Let me see how close I can get up with the camera. Let me see if I can show this to.
Oh, okay. I see what he's trying to do.
Let's see. Hello. Okay, so you want to go from. Let's see if I can get the light on it and everything. You're here, Alzando, and you want to actually cut across this water this way and not go around it, right?
Well, I was going to say go around that first one and then cut across the second one too.
Ah, okay. Is everyone in agreement? You basically drive the vehicles and ride the horses around that first body of water?
It's
Yeah.
not really out of the way. That's why I just said that.
Okay, absolutely. So,
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
okay, that's cool. All right, so let's see. Let me do the math. It's generally by horseback or by the vehicle. It would take 1 day to go 1 square, 1 hexagon. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It will take you approximately 5 days of travel to get to the other body of water to the north, thereby passing Odenvine. Is that what you'd like to do, to try to travel 5 days?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, here's what I
Fucking
need.
Do it.
Now, obviously, through the course of those 5 days, there may be random encounters. There may be situations that happen. I'm not going to roll for every single one. You have plenty of rations and food in the zipper pouch of holding. You have plenty of money.
Do we
Um,
though?
Well, you might
Yeah.
not. Well, no, it's a good question. It's a good
Soggy's
question.
in there.
Soggy,
could've
He's
eaten
not in there.
himself
I,
to
I
death.
took I took Soggy out.
Yeah, he
Oh, you did
probably
take
he's
him out.
probably a
Okay.
limp.
yes.
Whatever
But
he
he
is.
was pretty fat. when
I
took
don't
him
eat
out.
all the. I did not eat all the rations. I kept
He
some.
definitely had a heart
Nah,
attack.
no heart
100%.
attack. I'm the right. Just so you know, ladies and gentlemen, Soggy is a weasel that belongs to Baka, the gnome rogue. He has a ring of animal influence that at a moment's notice allows him to understand what animals are saying. So that's why
Just
I'm
say it's
voicing.
passive.
That's basically how it's passive. Exactly. That's how Soggy talks when Baka can hear him. So he's like, I didn't eat all the. He decided to put the rations in the pouch of holding. Then at one point in the past, took the weasel and dropped him for safekeeping into the pouch of holding. And he kept getting fatter and fatter and fatter. And they realized that he was basically just going to town on all their rations. I didn't eat all the
Son of a
rations,
bitch.
master. I loved it. I think you should put me back in there so I can count the rations. I will
Okay.
count the
All right.
rations.
He probably ate
I
enough
got
to
the
at least
rations.
get diabetes.
I dropped
Let
him
me.
back in.
You drop him back in. The sad part of it is that it actually takes a little bit of a maneuvering in order for you to get his
Fuck.
fat belly into the pouch. He almost doesn't fit. Push harder, master. Push harder. I like inside. And eventually he goes inside. Yeah, and he disappears. So the
I'm
good
not gonna
news
be able to
is
get him out, am I?
you're
No,
probably not. At
he's
some
gonna
point he's gonna
break
be in
it.
there forever.
Yeah.
But the good news is that yes, the weasel is getting fat, but you realize you put hundreds of rations in there. Logically,
Yeah, we put a
100
shitload.
logically,
gonna say.
he could probably, you'd be more likely that you would basically, he would, eat them all and like nibble on parts of other ones and get you guys sick from all the fucking ones that he tainted. But he can't eat all of the rations. It's not possible.
No.
I'm sure
No.
he
So
tried.
the point is you have the food that you need. What I'd like is that for that 5-day journey, I need Sirach to make three survival checks, please. Now, the survival checks are going to represent the 5 days of travel towards that body of water. Let me know what you get.
Chris, there was something I would like to do during his 5 days.
Absolutely. I just want to check with the rolls for survival. Is anyone else driving the vehicle other than Sirach?
Nah. Fuck.
Okay, so Sirach is helming.
Unless
the
he
vehicle.
wants a break.
He's like,
I mean,
nah.
All right,
No.
so then give me those 3 survival checks, please.
I've been
So-
sipping on grog.
25,
25,
Don't drink and drive, kids.
26,
26.
24.
Fucking Rangers, man. Okay,
I know.
there's a couple of moments right there. Now, the reason why I'm asking you to roll is because this is the first snowfall of the season. And at one point during the 5-day travel, it actually becomes some heavy snowfall. to the point where the horses are basically up to their higher legs and they have to kind of prance their way through. And there's several times, at least 3 times over the course of the 5 days, where you feel like the vehicle, the cobblesnot, was going to get stuck in the snow.
Ooh.
And you basically use these skills, these survival skills. I mean, you're like a natural behind the vehicle to like back and forward and dig its way out with the tires. And as a result, because of your skills behind the wheel of this car, this automobile, it does not get stuck. So during those 5 days, Baka, where's Baka? It was right there.
Hi.
What would you like to do?
I just wanted to finish my line should be almost done with this.
Oh,
fight
absolutely. Hold
training.
on
I
one
just wanted to
second.
finish that.
Yes. So every night or so, they stop for camp, and sometimes they do things basically in order to improve. Another homebrew rule that I've created is that they have battle animals. Some of their animals are cosmetic. They're basically just for me to torture them with conversation. But other ones are actually combat pets. Sirach and Baka both have lion cubs. Baka is even using one as a mount. They both are actual combat pets that level up, and they also get hit points when they level. There are things that they can do that they can train them to do. Theoden has a blink dog called Chester. And Chester is also a battle pet. It's basically just it's a homebrew rule. I think it's fun. If you the thing is that if you allow pets to come along, they should have some sort of a benefit, in my opinion. But that's neither here nor there. So what exactly, Baka, are you trying to train?
Yeah,
Ari to
he
do?
was like almost done with his bite attack.
Okay,
going
got you.
from 1 D8
So
to D10.
Explain to us how you were working on that
Right,
with.
so
with
I have a lot
Baka.
of rope, and I was playing like tug of war and shit with him.
Mhm.
So
All right, make a
animal handling. With
animal handling check.
advantage.
Yes, with advantage because you have the animal friendship ring. Animal.
Wow. Yippee. It's +6, right?
I will allow you 3 rolls.
Really, 3?
Yeah, 3 rolls. Same kind of situation over the course of the 5 days.
All right, I got a 24.
24 is you are 1 step closer. That is a success.
How many steps is it, Chris? Because I'm pretty sure I succeeded.
I
like
have
3 or
haven't
4
written down.
times.
I have. Well, actually, I'm not privy to say until you succeed. So that's the first one. Give me a second one. Horse shit, he says. Horse shit.
I said
Horse poop.
Horse poop.
It's 18.
18 is not a success, but you have a third and final time to succeed. Roll with advantage.
Guidance.
Oh,
You
I
can,
didn't roll with advantage for that one.
Oh, roll with advantage for that one.
Cool.
Absolutely.
That was 11, so it's gonna be less.
Okay, well then, so it'll be 18. And listen, Pial wants to give you guidance for the last one. Absolutely, take a D4 for this last roll.
Yay! Thank you, Pia.
Yeah.
Guidance is a spell that gives an extra D4 die to skill checks. And
shouldn't need
things.
it. Oh, only a 1 on guidance, but it's gonna be 25.
Bingo, success. You needed 4. You were up to 3. You had 2 there.
Bingo.
That was third and 4. So basically, you've succeeded in strengthening the.
I needed how many? 5? 4?
No, you need 4. Total of 4. You've succeeded
Been
in
working that for a long
strengthening
time.
Baka's. Baka has succeeded in strengthening Ari, his lion cub, which is really a juvenile lion. To call it a cub is ridiculous at this point. I just don't know what you'd call a juvenile lion, but whatever. Just a
I'll
little
Google it.
lion?
What is a juvenile
Lion called
lion?
Like an
called?
adolescent.
adolescent lion. Is that what
It's
you
still
call it?
called a cub.
Still called the cub? All right. Well, listen, we'll call it a fucking cub until it's
Fuck it,
it's got
it's
its
a cub.
name. So anyway, the point is
Bitch
that
ass
now
cub lion.
originally the bite damage is an 8-sider. Now the bite damage is a 10-sider. So you've successfully increased the strength of its jaw through constant work over the course of many weeks, and it was successful. So that's done.
That took a long time.
Okay, so check this out. During the course of those 5 days of travel towards the coast, let's say on day 3, you camp down alongside a large boulder a few hundred feet from the side of the road. It's cold. It's uncomfortable. The snow is no longer falling, but you basically feel like you've got to literally kind of like use your shields to like use as a shovel to kind of dig your way so you can get to the flat, cold earth. And you're wishing that you could be back inside of the magic menu in one of those comfortable rooms upstairs with the bed and not exposed to the elements. But at one point, I would say you're settling in, you're stamping out the campfire. You've already eaten. you're setting up your bed rolls and whatnot. Out of the nearby woods comes walking a familiar female figure.
What the fuck?
This familiar female
Which
figure
one, though?
is particularly basically recognizable to Theoden, the dwarven cleric, because Rexa decides pretty much randomly decides to just join the group, and she basically says, boys, you don't mind if I borrow my boyfriend? I hope you don't mind.
Rexa, are you
grabs,
scrying us?
I have my ways. Listen, if as an intelligence agent for many different factions, I have my ways of finding things that I need to find.
How are you so competent, but the other factions are so incompetent?
Well, maybe that's because I might be playing them against each other, but I didn't say that. Anyway, she picks up
Or
She
he
can
without
borrow Theoden.
she just
but we
really
need to
wants
be
Theoden.
there for it. We need
Just-
to-
without asking your permission, Theoden, she grabs your bedroll, picks it up off the ground, and starts walking off with it in a direction
right.
in order to find some kind of privacy behind the rock or the tree or whatever it is. And she
Yeah, I'll
basically
waddle behind her.
she sashays her way. Just to give you an idea of what the Rexa looks like, she's obviously very attractive. She looks human. She this time has dark hair. Every time they've seen her, she's had a different color hair, as if she's some kind of disguise expert wearing different wigs or whatnot. There is a performer, a pop star named Bebe Rexa. She's very beautiful. Okay, just imagine Bebe Rexa, and boom, that's Rexa. Easy enough. If you don't know what Bebe Rexa looks like, just Google her, and then that's what Rexa looks like. Anyway, done. So.
Done.
As the night progresses, normally I fade to black, and I will not get too grisly with these sexual details, because I just think it's a lack of class to really get into the nitty gritty. But there is conversation that takes place between Rexa and Theoden, which requires a little bit of more description, if you will. So let me make this a close-up conversation between myself and Theoden. Okay. So she's on top of you. It's maybe the second or third round in which she's tried to drain you of all of your energy, Theoden. And she's doing
this dwarf's energy.
and she's doing an excellent job of it.
Ah.
And at one point, she says to you, Theoden, do you like what I do to you?
Do I like what I do? I mean, absolutely. Yeah. If you want to try something a little different, I'm always open.
Well, good. I'm glad to hear that, because you're my favorite. You're absolutely my favorite. I have a favor to ask you.
Yeah.
Would you do, she says without knowing what I want you to do, would you be willing to say yes to one of my favors?
Yeah.
Awesome. I didn't even have to have you make a wisdom saving throw. Perfect. I love it. So Theoden in the throes of passion's like, yeah. Okay. So it's perfect. Are you deceiving her?
No.
No, he's literally telling the truth. I love it.
He's still too drunk. He's like, yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Whatever.
Perfect. Okay. So she whispers
That
in your
bridge
ear.
you want me to jump off of?
Yes. She whispers in your ear as she's on top of you and you're laying on your back. And the funny thing is that it's the ground is cold from the winter, but it's not quite as cold as it was a few hours ago. And
is it cold enough to shrink myself?
No, it is not.
Okay,
it is not.
good,
Certainly,
good.
It's absolutely not.
That was my concern.
No concern. No shrinkage allowed in Dungeons and Dragons. So now she says to you, there's something that I need. And have you ever heard of something called the Norn Fire Necklace?
Oh,
it's caught into my mind before.
I need you to convince your friends to get it for me. Can you do that for me?
Yeah, sure. I'll talk to him.
Are you again? You're not deceiving her. You're actually genuinely.
No, I'm gonna ask.
Okay, cool. All right, so
we'll see where it goes, but I'm gonna ask him.
Yeah. She's good. She says, "I'll give you some information about it. I'll explain to you what it's in case you're unaware."
Tell me everything.
I will tell you everything. And listen. And here's the situation with each moment she gets you closer and closer to that special moment as she whispers sweet nothings and details into your ear. She tells you that that it's in a place, a floating city called Kirillith, that it's held in a safe deposit box in what's called the Golden Exchange. And you know from your experience that the Golden Exchange is basically just a bank. It's kind of like a nationalized bank in the realm. There are several Golden Exchange in major cities, almost like a corporation where they share money back and forth with each other.
Yeah.
And she says that the safe deposit box, the number is number 27. And she says if you like what I do to you, I'll make sure that that next time will be even better than ever before. If you were to get that necklace for me, I really would appreciate it. It's very important.
Let's get a move on so we can get that necklace there.
Okay. And she seems very pleased with the fact she's trying to, as you're saying this to her, laying on your back, she's looking in your eyes and trying to judge your sincerity. And she seems even more pleased because she realizes he's not trying to deceive me, because she's very savvy at picking out whether people are lying or not, being an intelligence agent. She can tell when people are trying to fool her, and she sees genuine sincerity in your voice and on your face. So she hugs you, and her basically, her very, prominent features rest warmly on your chest as she holds you tight and continues to keep you warm for the remainder of the evening. I need you to make a perception check, please.
Perception. 16.
At somewhere between the third and fourth round, you pass out from exhaustion. And when you wake up, she's gone.
Oh.
You did the perception check was to see if you heard her leaving. And apparently you did not. She left for the night. So that's basically what happened. Now, considering that this is day number 4, you can
shower alone.
You can have a conversation with your friends.
Shower.
So if you wish, you can have conversations regards to that little visit with the rest of the group.
Yeah, I'm going to tell them everything.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, listen, guys, Rexa came. She,
does she have my bowl?
She didn't have your bowl. She wants the Nornfire necklace, but I'm thinking if we get her the Nornfire necklace, maybe she could get us the bowl.
Yeah, okay.
For those that are unaware, the bowl is something called the Crucible of Woe, and it's a magic item, a very important magic item that's been kind of hanging over the group since the beginning of the campaign 2 years ago. It has significant importance to Baylor, who is the Pact Lord for Pia the Warlock. And it obviously has some kind of major significance to the Brood of Katoa in bringing Katoa, the Elder God, into the prime material plane. Exactly how important and what it's used to do, they're not 100% sure, but that's what he means by the bowl. Like maybe she can get the bowl for them. Anyway, anything else you guys would like to say to each other before you travel onward towards the final Dwarven Rune Cave?
So she really wants this necklace.
She wants the necklace, and I think we should get it to her. I think we should get it. She's a nice lady.
Yeah, nice lady. That didn't give me my bowl.
We'll get your bowl.
But being the second person that's requested this thing, it's probably pretty powerful, so we should take it, and maybe we'll give it to her. We'll see.
That's
how about we just auction it to the highest bidder?
I like the way you think.
What was that?
Auction it to the highest bidder.
Yeah. Isla or Rexa, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck it.
See what they can give us.
Damn bowl.
Harry, who's sitting at the campfire the next morning, listening into this conversation. And by the way, you notice with each progressive day, he seems to be more and more like himself. The only thing you've noticed is that he has not taken his book out yet in this last few days to chronicle anything. And you're not sure if that's a permanent situation or if it's just a temporary thing. You're not sure. You haven't addressed it. But he's listening to the conversation and he goes, so Théoden, did you ask her like why she wanted it?
No, of course she didn't. Why would he do that?
Did you ask her who she wanted to give it to?
No, I figured we would do that when we had it.
Oh, okay. Did she tell you like what the Nornfire necklace does?
It was kind of a spur of the moment thing. I was trying to get other things finished. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
you were distracted by sex. I get it. All right. Well, okay. I mean, guys, I don't care. I honestly don't care. So long as we keep.
I
safe.
do want to do the cave first, though.
Harry, what if we give you the necklace?
I don't want the necklace. I just.
Okay, that's fair.
But thank you,
Do
Sirach.
you know anything about the necklace?
How would I know anything about it? Some random necklace in Kirillith in a safe deposit box.
I don't know.
No, I don't. I don't.
You're a writer. You're smart.
Oh, I guess.
Maybe you know something.
Yes. And you could tell from the conversation that he's still a little like mentally down. Like he's like, not that he's hiding anything, but that he's just seen. It's kind of like somebody who's gone to war and seen a little too much. You know, he's at that point and he's seen the depths of hell and just realizes like, what's the point of existence if that's where we're going to end up? Ugh, that kind of a thing.
That's fair, Harry.
Yeah. So anyway, do you guys continue on towards the Dwarven Cave?
I guess for now, yeah.
Okay,
Onward.
so you in the 5 days pass by. Let me just keep track of the date. We are at 9/29 because it was 9/24 when you were at the city of Alzando. So 9/29. Let's say it's the morning of 9/29, and you reach the coast. So once at the coast, what would you like to do? Do you want to continue to ride the horses in the vehicle around the coast, or are you looking to do as the crow flies over the water? Some sections of the water are frozen, by the way, because of the harsh winter. It's cold, guys. I mean, I'm serious. Imagine one of the storms that we've gotten recently in this past winter when you were forced to be outside to shovel, and imagine how you felt after about an hour out there digging. That's how you guys feel after being out there for 5 days. The car doesn't give any kind of warmth because there's no windows. It's not like there's any heater in this early vehicle. So it's cold.
True.
It's cold.
Well, the horses are warm.
Yeah, they are, but the horses actually look like they're a little frostbitten themselves.
Tell them
is
to suck
true.
it up.
That is true. Sitting on the horses is actually a small, like a small source of heat. But I mean, let's face it, with the wind, the occasional frost and flakes, and sometimes hail, it's just nasty out. Winter is now in its full effect. So you're at this body of water. What would you guys like to do?
Is it frozen?
There are sections that are frozen, but it is not. It is. What are you saying when you're saying that? Are you frozen? You mean the entire water?
Will the boat fit?
Make a perception check.
Yeah, kind of what I was saying. Or is it
13.
like completely frozen over?
13.
13. Sirach, would you like to assist?
Sure. Yeah.
Make a D20 perception as well.
14.
So a 13 and a 14. You guys, from your perspective, it seems like the water is completely frozen over.
Oh.
I mean, for as far as you can see from the coast, it seems like it's basically solid ice.
Okay.
I've never trusted walking on ice before, so I'm not trusting it now.
Yeah, that's why I don't ice fish, actually.
So what would you guys like to do?
All right, let's just hoof it, I guess. Can I walk on the ice?
So you step out onto the ice, and within the first 10 or 15 feet, it seems sturdy enough. I mean, you're not jumping up and down on it, but you're standing on it. Are you gonna walk the horse out on top of it?
No. I just
Okay.
wanted to see if it was like frozen.
No. Within 10 feet of the coastline, the weight of your body is easily sustainable. It looks like it's like ice skating kind of depth, like ice skating, whatever it is.
All right, so the boat's not gonna work. I guess we'll just hoof it.
Hoof it.
Yeah, we gotta hoof it.
Well, just fill in Baka, who just came back from the bathroom, what you guys are planning on doing.
You know what? I'm running to the bathroom too while you fill them in.
The water is frozen, so we're gonna just kind of go around the coast, like you said.
They in the 5 days that have passed, Baka, they've reached that other coast of water where it would take basically a beeline as the bird flies through the water. They noticed that within this site, their site from the coastline, it seems like most of the water is frozen over. They didn't bring the horse or the car out onto the water, but Pia stood out within about 15 feet and was able to sustain his weight. And I was asking what you guys like to do, and I'm wanting you to kind of like be involved in the conversation.
I think you're muted.
Yeah, we can't hear you.
I don't care. Do whatever.
Okay, cool. We got you. All right, so you're gonna go walk around instead of going straight across the water. You're gonna go around, correct?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so it's gonna honestly take 10 days to make that path all the way around. So what I need to do is in those 10 days, let's go 929. Let's go 10-9. And could Sirach, since you're driving the vehicle, could you make 3 more of those survival checks driving the vehicle through the snow?
Okay. First one is an 18.
Mm-hmm.
Then a 16. And then a 19.
Okay, so the first check failed. So basically, here's what happens. On the first day of travel, the car gets stuck in the snow, and nothing you can do can move the car. Now, speaking of nothing, what I mean by nothing is from behind the wheel of the vehicle.
Couldn't we just fireball the fucking ground and
I told you this car is like an anchor.
You can try. But the point is that I'm talking about Sirach behind the wheel, going forward, going back, twisting the wheels. It's buried. He can't seem to get the car.
Are we
moved.
talking about driving the car? Oh, the car's stuck.
The car's stuck.
Yeah.
Car's stuck. It's basically the last day of the 9th month, 9:30. You've only made it about one hexagon around the coast. You've got another 9 days more of travel, and the car unexpectedly got stuck, and you can't seem to maneuver it out of the spot. What do you guys like to do?
Couldn't we push it?
I mean, you could try. Absolutely.
Does anyone have like fire spell? Like Matt, I know, or Thaden, I know you do.
I mean,
A
Thaden,
sacred
you have
flame.
gloves of ogre power. You should be able to push it.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just push it out.
Okay. All right. So
My strength's +7. I mean,
absolutely, I'd like
the
you to
three
make.
of us pushing.
Well, let's stay it in. I'd like you to make a strength check, please.
I'll help
Just
him.
me?
Would someone like to help him?
I'll help him.
Okay, so then you know what? Because Baka is helping you, Thaden will
next
roll
best
it.
strength.
You'll roll it.
Yeah, at least get out of the car so it's lighter.
I'm not in the car.
Oh.
So you'll roll an
Put it in
advantage,
neutral, though.
Thaden.
Neutral.
He puts it in neutral.
Oh, dirty 20.
You rolled at advantage. You rolled twice.
Oh, no, I didn't roll twice.
Roll twice. Advantage.
Well, higher than 20 now. It's 26 now.
26. Okay, with your friend's help and with the belt of giant strength, it's easy enough that first time it got stuck to push it out. Okay, so you travel another couple of days. Let me just keep track of this. He failed his second time, which means it gets stuck again. You want to push it out again?
Yeah.
Hop behind there, roll me an advantage check. You with your friends try to push the car out of the second time it gets stuck.
Oh, nat 20.
Nat 20 pushes
Plus
it out, no
7.
problem. You basically lift up the back of the car, no problem. Lift it out of the spot, drop it down, and you go, guys, I don't need any help. I'm good. So that second time, you guys go another couple of days, and you feel like you're making progress.
Fucking right.
And he failed all 3 of the survival checks. So the third one, it gets stuck a third and final time. Make me another strength check in order to push it out of the spot.
Advantage, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Somebody's helping you. push.
21.
Beautiful. You needed a 20 or higher on your strength checks. You rolled 20 or higher on all of them. So what happens is it takes an extra day to basically maneuver yourself out of these 3 times you were stuck. But you get to the location. It is the 10th day of the final month of the year, 10/10/257. There's 20 days left until the year 258 for the new year to come.
Okay.
You are basically, according to your map, your scroll, You are in the general area where you believe the final Dwarven Rune Cave is located. The environment, however, is covered in snowfall. So I imagine it looks different. Perhaps the snow might cover up certain areas. I would like you guys, with advantage, someone to make a investigation check to search for the final Dwarven Rune Cave.
I'll do an aerial view.
I got a nat 1, so
You got a nat 1. Somebody else needs to roll.
I'll
Let
do it.
Baka make the roll because Baka's doing the aerial view.
I'm also
Okay.
proficient.
Say again?
I'm also proficient.
Yeah, so give me that proficient roll. You have to make up for the fact that he got the natural 1.
Yeah, I got
well,
25.
speaking of Ariel, I want to summon a new owl.
Absolutely. That'll take an hour. You summon yourself a new owl, not a big deal. Do you have the raw materials for it? I just want to make sure.
I think it's just 50 gold.
Okay, 50 gold, not a problem.
Pretty sure.
Baka, what was your roll?
It's 25.
25. The 25 easily takes care of the natural 1. From an aerial view, you recognize, even though there's snow is buried at the base of it, I would say maybe about 6 or 7 inches up the wall, you notice the familiar from a distance. On the side of this rocky ridge is a flat, what looks like a mural of 3 circles with kind of like 3 holes in the center. Circle, 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 and then these intricate little designs, almost like little descriptive little chips, almost like on the surface of the wall, as if someone used a hammer and a chisel and chiseled out little intricate designs all around these rings. So,
Okay.
so here's the situation. What would you guys like to do first? You've been here 5 other times, similar to locations. What are you going to do the 6th time?
Help me out, fellas.
I'm gonna touch it.
Okay,
Touch
so
that shit.
you walk towards the surface wall, and just like the other dwarven caves, you notice that there is a podium or a pedestal that's about 3 feet high, a few feet from the surface of this flat wall. On the top of this pedestal, there is this kind of concave. Is that concave or convex? I don't know. The point is it's in the shape of a human concave. It's a human hand. Not necessarily a human hand, a humanoid hand that could rest easily into that concave motion.
I'll do it.
Well, the funny thing is that as you approach the wall, for the first time in all 6 times, you feel the ground rumble before you put your hand in the concave hole, before you even approach and touch the wall itself. You hear a rumble. The ground shakes as if it's the tremor from an earthquake. And a seam is visible in the center of this flat surface, and the wall begins to separate almost as if magically, and it opens without you putting in any kind of input into the wall. Previous occasions, you basically had to find a location that gave you a code, certain emblems like that had to match perfectly in order to get the wall to open. This time, without even inputting any kind of like puzzle code, it opened on its own as you approached. It reveals steps that lead down into darkness.
It likes
Let's
us.
fucking go.
Or it's a trap.
Let's go, baby.
Let's walk right into a trap.
Okay. Yeah, if everyone else is doing it.
We got somebody that's got some pretty good
Baka,
dexterity.
Baka,
He can
what
go
are
first.
you doing? What are you doing, Baka?
Yeah,
sorry,
Baka
I'm
goes
going
first.
through, something's happened. I'm down with whatever. I'll be back in a few minutes though.
Okay, no problem. So so you're gonna make your way down the hole, so to speak.
Yeah.
Okay, not a problem. So you make your way. It's basically 10 feet wide. Let's do a marching order just so that we can figure it out. Let's say, since we're taking control of Baka for the time being, and he is the stealthiest of the group, do you want to put him in the front? Or you can put him in the back. It's just completely up to you guys. You guys are going to run the decision-making as far as the marching order.
I mean, I think he should be in the front because he's got the best dexterity saves.
Sounds good. If necessary, I'll have one of you guys roll for him in order to determine his ability to stealth. Okay,
That's fine.
You don't even have to. It's just always going to be like 30 or 26. Or...
Yeah. Well, he's got an amazing dexterity as a rogue. So, all right. So basically what you got is you've got Baka up front. Is anyone standing alongside him? Because the passageway leading down is 10 feet across.
What about the horses?
It's up to you. What would you like to do with the horses? I was assuming you were leaving the car and the horses outside. You could theoretically tie up the horses,
The
to
horses
the car.
to the car. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, is that the plan?
Yeah.
I mean, are they gonna freeze to death? Like,
Nah.
Well, I'm not sure if they're going to freeze to death, but it really would depend on how long you leave them unattended. I guess that would be the issue.
okay.
I mean, that's
They'll be
something for you to consider. But if you get stuck down there for days or weeks, that could be a problem.
Like,
But
should we make them a fire,
it's up to you.
gentlemen?
Do you want to make them a fire? We can
I
make them a fire before we go.
We probably should. So
Easy enough.
yeah, let's do that.
All
Who's
right.
going to make the survival check at advantage?
I have prestidigitation. Does that matter?
Well, yeah, but just starting a flame and actually keeping a fire
only have
going
a-
are two different things.
Mine's
you
not
start
that good.
So Pia thought of it, so he should roll one die. Is Sirach going to roll the other die?
Yeah. I'll
So
roll
one
the other.
each. That will give you advantage on the survival roll.
I
Thank
got
God.
6.
6 total.
Yeah.
Oof. I got 17.
17. With a 17, it's easy enough to start a fire, and it will stay lit for a period of time while you guys are gone without paying any attention to it. So you've got the horses tied to the car with a fire nearby to keep them warm. So
Alright,
you
I'm
make your
good
way.
now.
That's cool. That's cool. They wanted, because you are the stealthiest, they were going to put you in front.
Of course they were. I
Yeah.
mean, don't they mean bait?
But I want to know if, since it's 10 feet wide, is there anyone that wants to stand next to Baka?
Théoden, come up here, boy.
All right.
All right, so
All right.
Baka and Théoden are side by side walking down the steps. Who's in the second row?
I will.
So Harry and Pia are in the second row.
Yes.
Let's see. Do you want the animals behind you or in front of you? We have 3 animals to take into consideration: the 2 lion cubs and Chester, the blink dog, who have been in the
about
car
after you
most.
Oh, well,
guys
he's
put
next
the-
to me.
Oh, okay.
Okay, got you. So
Ari's gonna
Théoden-
be in the back with
Like
whoever's in the
right
back.
behind me. You know?
Got you. Oh, so then you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go Harry and Chester, the blink dog, in the second row. And then we'll have Pia, you want to be behind Harry?
Sure.
Pia, and who's alongside Pia?
Goes-
Do we want to
Harry.
put Sirach behind next to Pia or what?
Yeah, sure. Why not? And then
So
we can
Pia
put the.
and Sirach, and
I'll
then
hold your hand.
Ari and Alistair in the last row behind everybody. Okay, so I have a marching order, 2 people wide, 4 rows, heading
like-
down into darkness.
The state,
Yes.
I am going to be floating in the air.
Floating a few inches above the
running,
ground so as to
flying.
not trip any kind of traps that might be
If
on the
any
ground.
traps get tripped, it's gonna be Théoden's fault.
Gotcha. Okay, so are you guys walking down the steps normally, or are you going stealthily?
Fuck it, normally.
Normally, absolutely. Okay,
Yeah,
so
why not?
We
So
always
you
trip
make
whatever's in here anyways.
you make your way down into the darkness. Who has dark vision? Or
All
better
of us?
yet, who doesn't have dark vision?
We all
Harry?
have it.
Oh,
No,
so
has
Harry,
it.
no,
Harry's
Harry's
a dwarf. He's
So
Does
then you know
Harry?
what? Then you know what? You can't see colors, but with dark vision 60 feet, you can see.
I have
Various
dark
sh-
vision.
Shirok's the only one who can see 120.
Well, Harry's a
Others-
dwarf.
Yes,
Harry
yes.
has dark vision.
Yeah, we said that.
Exactly.
Yeah, we established that.
Oh, sorry, spaced out.
So you guys can see in various shades of gray. You can't see exact color, but you can definitely see in front of you. And there's nothing. The steps descend about 100 feet down. It leads to a corridor that have lights, and they have torches on sconces, but that have not been lit in forever. How long? You have no idea. There's a mossy kind of wet smell down there. The stone walls on the side, stone ceiling, earth on the ground. You make your way another 100 feet straight because there's really no other option, and you reach a T intersection that goes left or right. Which way would you guys like to go?
Rocks, paper, scissors, shoot.
Straight.
Oh, straight.
Straight would be a problem. Straight would mean that you bounce into a flat wall.
Oh,
Unless-
it's a wall. It's not.
yes,
like a
but you know
floor.
what?
Okay.
But Sirach bounces into
You
the
get lucky.
Sirach wall, and you bounce into
Maybe
it.
we
And
walk right through the wall.
that's what I was going to say. I was going to say that unfortunately the wall is real. It is not. It is not illusory, and the
Oh.
wall is the wall.
I
will
thought
not let
I
you-
was the road runner.
No.
Thought I could do it.
So, which way would you like to go, gentlemen? Left
Just go
or right?
Right.
I feel like we went left last time.
Yeah.
I think we went right last time.
I don't know. I don't remember.
Either way, we're gonna trip some sort of trap either direction. So let's go right.
Okay.
Fun.
So you go to the right. And what ends up happening is you travel another 100 feet until it makes a sharp left turn. Do you guys make that turn? Do you stop at the edge and
Yeah,
kind of like
let's
gingerly?
go.
So who's in front? Baka and Theoden. Baka and Theoden, how do you progress when you see that left turn in front of you? Do you show caution, or do you basically just walk around the corner and don't even concern yourself with what happens?
I'm gonna cast invisibility.
You cast
All right,
invisibility,
well, then I'm gonna
boom, you're
use
invisible.
caution because
Okay. So you use caution, you stop there.
And I'm going to keep going, flying forward as stealthily as I can while invisible.
Okay. So here's what happens. Even though you are invisible, Baka,
Of course,
even though you're invisible, before you are in range of the trap engages.
What?
But here's the thing, you're not within range. Before you are in range, some sort of gas begins to emit from a dead end wall that's in front of you. I'd say about 30 feet in front of you.
All right.
Apparently the trap was tripped by someone or something before you were in range to take damage or any other effects. And also, you don't see anything, but what you also see is this is a flat wall that you know from experience being in 5 other Dwarven room camps, just like this one. The door starts to lift up on these wheels, on these gears, but without you having to touch anything or engage anything, almost as if you were expected to come, as if someone were setting off the traps early and opening the doors for you to show up.
This is awkward.
Yes. So the door opens, but unfortunately you can only see 60 feet. And the rest of your party is kind of like waiting behind Theoden at the turn. Theoden, you're kind of like looking over the edge, looking forward, and you notice that the door's opening up. You don't see Baka because Baka turned invisible. You don't know where he is. But you notice that without you even going to the wall, it's opening up on its own for you, almost like it's on like a garage door opener. Somebody pushed the button. That's what it's kind of like.
I can send my owl through there, see what's up.
I'm gonna keep going forward. I'm just gonna say, guy in the earring, guys, the door's opening. I'm gonna keep heading forward.
Okay. So while he's doing that, are you sending the owl forward, Pia?
Yeah, I might as well.
You send the owl forward. It makes the hairpin turn. It flies into the room. It actually flies past Baka. I want Pia to
I fly pretty damn fast.
Well, I know, but are you're racing the owl into the room? You can if you want to. I just assumed you would. I just assumed that you were just taking care.
Need for speed, baby. Let's go.
Well, then you know what, Pia? I want Pia to make a perception check for the owl, and Baka, you make a perception check for yourself.
17.
17 for the owl.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay, so neither one of you are restricted. There is nothing hidden. So this is what the owl sees. You see through the eyes of the owl, Pia, and what Baka sees for himself. So you're in a large room. In the back of this large rectangular room is an archway that kind of leads around a blind turn, which looks very familiar to you as it's the same layout as the previous 5 Dwarven room caves. In this room, there are these large stone bookcases. There's like 6 of them. You know from experience that they don't hold books. They're basically mausoleum shelves that hold dead bodies. The interesting thing is that the dead bodies are laying there and they haven't moved.
No vampires?
Do they look fresh?
You do not see any vampires. No, they look moldy and old. They look like they've been there for 1,000 years and they have not moved. You didn't say stealth for the owl, so the owl flittered in there.
Oh, that's fine.
I definitely wasn't stealthing.
You were, but the problem is though that you're invisible though still.
So the owl's in plain sight.
The owl was in plain sight and nothing went after the owl.
Any footprints?
There are no. Well, let's make a perception check for footprints, Pia. Do you want to give him advantage, Baka?
Sure.
The owl gets advantage already.
Oh, he does think just take the advantage.
Can I?
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. No, the owl does not see footprints.
Okay.
Wow. Can I holler? Holla!
No reaction. No reaction from the undead lying motionlessly in the mausoleum shelves. You do a quick count. There are 6 of them. In previous Dwarven rune caves, there was usually vampire spawn that would be latched to the ceiling and drop down on you. You do not see any vampire spawn.
I'm gonna keep going to the back room where the water pool is.
So now, while you're doing that, what is Theoden doing? Theoden, are you basically deciding to, or PR, are you basically relaying this information to the rest of the group? What the owl sees?
Pretty much, yeah.
So what is the rest of the group doing?
You guys want to make your way in? It looks
Yeah, let's
like
go
it
in.
might be safe.
Do you
Well,
want to,
okay.
Theoden, do you want to try to stealth your way in or just walk your way in?
I'll try. I mean,
Just try to stealth. I need you
well,
to
he
stealth.
was already yelling and shit, right?
Yeah,
You
no,
did
there's
hear
no
him. You don't know.
point
You
And
don't
the
know.
owl isn't stealthed in there. He's just
Yeah,
there.
I'll just walk in.
All right, so Theoden basically throws caution to the wind and says, "You know what? He's yelling. The owl is making a lot of flapping noises. Let me just walk in." Everyone follows behind him, and the view is familiar. You've seen this same construction, the same layout. You very gingerly walk by these corpses that in past situations have gotten up and attacked you. But for whatever reason, this time they lay motionless and still. They do not move.
That's
Even
good.
as you approach them, they're basically just they're not undead, they just seem dead. So Baka, while you're invisible, you make your way around, I'm assuming towards that archway, correct?
Yeah, I should
Okay.
want to head to the pool immediately and
Okay.
pull my shoes off and dip my feet in the pool.
Okay. So anyway, so you're heading towards that area, and
Hey,
I
it's
know
been a
what
long time coming.
I know what your intentions are, Baka, because we've discussed this previously. I just want to describe what you guys see as you make your way around. You guys aren't sure exactly where Baka is because he's invisible right now, but you can assume that he's heading for that pool. So as the entire group makes their way under that archway and around that blind turn, it opens up into a smaller rectangular chamber where you see several things. The thing that you see for the first time that you never saw before is the two vampire spawns are lying on the ground, motionless, with their arms like this, their eyes closed, and for whatever reason, they have not woken. They're silent and motionless. So in this room, there are, I think, three things of note. One is a sarcophagus that's not standing up straight, but laying horizontally with a lid, with lots of old dwarven runes written on the outside of it.
The lid is closed, right?
The lid is closed. One of the 6 dwarven rune caves, it was held by chains and spikes. This one is not. This one is basically just, it's closed, but it's not held down by any kind of like chains holding it down. In front of that is what looks like a tombstone, a regular 4-foot-high tombstone with dwarven writing on it. And in front of that is a small circular pool. And when I say small, I mean the size of like a kiddie pool in the summer. It's about maybe a radius of like 10 feet where someone could basically lay in the pool and stretch their arms out, and maybe their hands and their feet would extend beyond the pool. It's about maybe 1 foot deep where you could theoretically maybe lay in it and your face would still be exposed so you could breathe if you laid down in it like this. So it's not deep and it's not large, it's circular. Because Pia, I think, has an invocation that allows him to read, and you've read this before. On the tombstone in front of the circular pool, it says, "Bathe to receive my boon." Baka's already taking his gear off. He's getting ready to jump in the pool because he knows that once you make contact, flesh
I feel like
contact with
something's
the pool.
gotta happen.
When you make
Can I
flesh,
can I just dip my hands in? Would that work?
you could try. Absolutely. So he takes his
take
gloves
mine.
off, and he goes and takes his bare hands. He's standing outside the pool. Or you get down to like your hands and knees.
I'll walk in with my shoes, but then I'll like
Walks in with his shoes
bend
and
over and-
bend over and put your hands in the pool. Okay. So now,
I'm gonna go take a leak in the pool.
as you're basically
straw.
disrobing and you're about to basically let loose and you've been wanting to go to the bathroom for like hours, and you figure it's a
Yeah.
perfect time right now to just let loose and drain the vein. Right before the vein is drained, right
dick
before,
hanging out and everything.
everyone in the room are witness to a flash, a vision. Now, this is a
Ooh.
vision that is familiar to you. You've seen this before, but with each vision, things change. Things
Ooh.
become more clear and
We
apparent.
all have the vision.
You all have the vision. In the previous Dwarven Rune Cave, you saw almost the entire piece of the puzzle, but this is the final one where you see everything.
Let's
And
hear it, baby.
like the last Dwarven Rune Cave, the 5th one, you felt as though you were standing there. Similarly, you feel like you are all a part of this dream. you're in the middle of a city that is basically burning itself to the ground. There are soldiers dressed in black tunics with pikes and pole arms, basically running around, killing people recklessly, cutting their heads off, running them through. It is a scene of chaos, destruction, and utter violence, and blood and bloodshed. You realize that there's a plaza. At one point, you feel like you're standing on the edge of this plaza as the city burns around you. There is a platinum dragon, or at least you don't know if there's such thing as a platinum dragon, but it's colored the same color as your platinum coins, perhaps silver dragon. But you know from the legends that the platinum dragon is a demigod at the very least. And now you're basically seeing the genesis of that religious story. There are 5 dead dwarves on the ground in various locations in this plaza. The platinum dragon has an eye poked out, has the bottom of its jaw ripped off. One of its arms is chopped off and holes poked through its wing. It's basically, it looks completely helpless and is on the verge of death. The one remaining dwarf with daggers in his hands are basically, he's carving into this thing, darting left, darting right, running underneath it, stabbing it in the eye, stabbing it in the mouth, cutting the teeth out. And it's the speed of this particular dwarf is almost blinding to be seen.
Faster than me?
Perhaps, you don't know. It's pretty legendary how fast this dwarf is. Then something unusual happens.
Fast.
Something unusual happens. The ground begins to shake, and a chasm opens up in the ground. You feel like a magical chasm, and suddenly the floor is no longer there as the dragon, the dwarven lord with the daggers, and all of you begin to fall into a pit hundreds of feet below. Is there anything that anyone would like to do as you're falling?
Yeah. Take my shield.
You do not have your shield.
Oh.
I'm gonna cast levitate on myself. So
you tried to cast levitate on yourself. Nothing happens.
Of course.
My boots are flying.
You look down at your feet and you're wearing different boots. Make a perception check, Bob. Make a perception check.
It's 18.
An 18. With an 18, after you look down at your feet and you realize that these are not my boots of flying, you look down further and you realize you're wearing a black tunic and you're holding a pole arm. And when Pia does the same thing, and Théoden and Sirach and even Harry, you are no longer yourselves. You have been transported back in time through this bizarre vision, which is actually an altered reality, a time stream, a kind of possibility in time and space, where you're one of the rampaging soldiers that was nearer to the battle that fell into the chasm. You're not yourselves. You are these. I need everybody to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Is this magical?
This is not magical. This is, the reason why I'm doing a dexterity saving throw is you guys are falling hundreds of feet into this chasm. Normally falling damage would just be falling damage, but I want to make it interesting. Maybe as you're falling, you're trying to grab onto like things sticking out of the walls. Maybe it's a way in which you land. I'd like there to be some, I want to give you a chance to survive the fall, basically.
Well, that's modicon of you. You said saving throw?
A dexterity saving throw based on your stats.
All right.
I rolled an 18.
I'll save the
You rolled an 18. You rolled an 18. PI, you failed. You take 180 points of damage.
I'm dead.
Okay, yes. Okay, so here's what happens to you.
Oh, shit.
Here's what happens to you, PI. You are immediately pulled out of the vision and slammed into a seat, sitting in a movie theater that looks like an IMAX movie theater.
Come on.
You are now watching
That's
the vision. You're no longer a part of the vision. You're now watching the vision. Sirach, what did you roll?
Son of a
14.
bitch.
Roll the 14. You take 180 points of damage. What happens? Did you die?
How I did.
Okay, so you are pulled out of the dream and you slam into the very comfortable seat in the IMAX movie theater right next to Pia. You look at Pia.
Get a 6, 7.
Do either of us have popcorn?
You both have popcorn on your laps, and
Good.
Pia looks like himself with his blue tiefling skin. And I'm assuming Pia looks at Sirach, and he still has a little hint of blue in his silver hair.
I feel like if I don't die, something bad's gonna happen.
Theoden, what did your dexterity saving throw?
11.
11.
You're dead.
You take 180 points of damage.
Oh, thank God I'm dead. I'm in the movie theater with
Thank
them.
God.
You are pulled. You are pulled out of the vision. You
Dude, I
are
wanna be
sitting
in that
next to
movie
Sirach.
theater.
Sirach, Pia. Now I'm going to roll for Harry.
Hey,
Actually,
Theoden, you want some red vines?
I'd love some.
Harry rolls a natural 1. He takes 180 points of damage.
Wow.
He is pulled from the
Doubled.
dream. Okay, now here's
He's
the
not
moment.
even in the movie with a natural 1. He's not even sitting.
Yeah,
in
he
the
got thrown into the bathroom. Basically,
He's at the concession
yeah, he's in the
stand.
parking lot.
Baka, what did you roll for your dexterity saving throw?
17
Roll
plus
this-
12.
17 plus 12 is 29. So your 180 points of damage is cut in half to 90. You take 90 points of damage. What is your
Hell
current?
yeah.
What is your current health?
And Baka's trapped there forever.
My current health
Forever
is
and ever.
You did take the
92.
92. Okay, so now listen. The 37 points of necrotic damage that you took was 5 days ago. It
Yeah,
doesn't
that's
count.
I know.
Okay, good. So your current hit points is 92. Okay. Here's what I'd like you to do. You land on the ground and you remain. You are the sole survivor from this fall of about 600 feet as you
Where the fuck did everyone go?
the damage. Well, as you look around you, you notice other soldiers wearing black tunics with a silver star on the center. They basically broke their necks. Their bodies are like mashed potatoes on the ground around you, and you realize you're the only one that's conscious. And you notice that the
Good luck, bitch.
the dragon is stunned, and the final dwarven rogue, you would assume because of the daggers, is stunned. And you have one initiative. What would you like to do?
Is there any like daggers or short swords around? 'Cause
Make
you
a-
said I had a
make-
pole arm.
You have a pole arm. Make a perception check.
Gonna steal something even in the movie.
Unforgivable.
17.
A 17. You the only weapons that you find are halberds, pole arms, and glaives. They're all two-handed weapons. The only daggers would probably be on the person of the dwarven lord who is now
is-
basically shaking off the
Is he
fucking.
oh, okay. I'm just gonna attack him. I'm gonna go for it.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, so
Platinum
make
Dragon
a
side.
roll to hit with the pole arm.
What are am I treating it as my own stats?
You're treating it as your own stats.
Oh, okay. All right. Treat it as a rapier. It's 28 to hit.
So
This
you
movie's
28
terrible.
hits. 28 hits. What I'd like you to do is I would like you to roll a D10 and add your dexterity modifier.
Okay.
How much damage did you do?
It's 14.
14.
I'm gonna pretend to shoot guidance at the screen.
Do I get a sneak attack for?
You do not get a
being
sneak
prone?
attack. You do not get a sneak attack because you are technically not you right now. You are a foot soldier in the commission of this dwarven lord's army that basically has decided, for reasons unknown to the dwarven lord, you've decided to take the side of the platinum dragon, which is incomprehensible to him. And he looks at you and goes, and he basically uses his attacks to attack you.
Do I get a second attack though?
Yes, you do. I will give you a second attack. Go for it. Roll to hit with the pole arm.
I don't find this main character believable.
28 again.
28 does hit.
Terrible
Roll a
actor.
D10.
Terrible.
D10 plus 8.
Poor writing.
It's 17 this time.
Yeah.
17 this time. Okay, so you basically take the pole arm. It's a little, you realize when you look at it, you're like, oh shit, I can't use this. And then as you strike with the pole arm, you realize that you have muscles that you don't normally have. And you look at yourself and you realize, I'm not a gnome, I'm a human. And you're
Oh,
actually,
shit.
and you're very skilled in the use of this pole arm. It's not unfamiliar to you, but you didn't know that until you tried to strike with it. So you stab him once in the thigh. He cringes over in pain, and then you run him through the shoulder with the next one. And he goes, how dare you strike me? I am the undefeatable. I am the unfatigable, and I will rule this land. How dare you take the side of the dragon? And he takes his attacks on you.
I have a question for this.
Yes, go for it.
Do
Go
I
for
get
it.
a like evasion and uncanny dodge still?
Nope.
Or no?
Nope, because you're not him. You're
I was just-
basically a human
I know.
fighter.
That's why I was clarifying. Just to make sure.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. He rolls an 18 to hit. Does an 18 hit you with his first attack?
No.
No, it doesn't.
Jesus Christ.
This time he rolls a dirty 30. Does the dirty 30 hit you?
Dirty 30.
Okay, so let's see. I need you.
I said no, Chris.
Yeah, your dirty 30 does hit you, please. Let's see. He does the D6 plus all of that other good shit. Make a poison saving throw, please. A Constitution saving throw. Yes.
Oh, 21. Oh,
21 is successful, so you only take half.
Saving throw. Oh wait.
Saving
yeah,
throw.
It's still same.
Constitution saving throw 21.
Yeah,
You take half damage with the poison, so that's good. Hold on 1 second. So the damage from the blade is 6, 9, 12, 17. It's 19 points of damage for the blade itself. The second of the two daggers. He swings with the first dagger. You knock it out of the way with the pole arm, but then he basically stabs you with the other one. And you take, again, I said you already tabulated for the slice, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have to do for the damage. So hold on. For the poison damage, I'm sorry. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 18 points of poison damage cut in half to 9.
Okay,
How many hit points do you have?
64 currently.
64. Okay, cool. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so now it's the dragon's turn. The
Can I shoot
dragon,
an Eldritch Blast at the screen? See what
absolutely you can. Nothing happens.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
No, nothing happens. The screen doesn't even react.
Damn.
Maybe there's the only thing that you notice differently is some of the maggots that come out of your Eldritch Blast are kind of crawling on the edges of the screen. It's very distracting, guys.
Are there any other people in here? Like any other moviegoers?
Make a perception
The other
check.
dwarven lords.
Make a
maybe they're
perception
watching.
Guidance.
Yeah, you can do guidance on that.
Fucked. Okay, guidance.
Yes.
So that's going to be a total of
Chris, I have a question after this.
Absolutely.
18.
18. There are 5 other individuals in this movie theater in different locations. They're ignoring you. They're ignoring you and watching the screen.
I
They're
want
all
to switch
considered-
seats and go sit next to one of them.
You try to,
I'm gonna follow him.
but for some reason you can't leave the seat. You don't know why.
Oh.
Who put crazy glue on this?
Son of a bitch.
Baka, what would you like
Damn
to
it,
ask?
Baka.
Yeah, so
Goddamn
I'm not sure what the
teenagers.
class of this is or how descriptive, how detailed we're going into this, but I technically have some fighter skills. Could I use them?
Yes.
In this
Yes, you can.
body.
Absolutely. I will allow you to use your 5 levels of fighter in any way you see fit because he is this individual that you've kind of taken control of him in this spirit form. Was a natural born fighter. So absolutely, you can use your fighter skills.
All right.
So now it's the dragon's turn. The dragon
and I'm gonna yell, "Then help me!"
and the dragon looks at her last leg. She looks like if she's going to make an action, it's going to basically be her final action as she is so damaged and so beaten by the fight. Half of her mouth is gone. One of her eyeballs have been plucked out. It's one of her wings and arms are basically torn to shreds. And the fall must have done. You realize without even a check that she was probably casted a spell which caused the earthquake as one final ditch attempt to sacrifice herself and kill the enemy to try to save the city. That's what your assumption is from what you've seen. And if that wasn't clear to you, Baka, because you're too close to it, it's clear to the other 3 of you watching in the theater because it's more cinematic as you're watching it from the outside in.
Gotcha.
Harry's also there. Harry is fixated on the
Unless he's
screen.
still in the parking lot.
No. Well, no, he made his way. He made his way with more popcorn down the aisle and sat down next to Pia, Sirach, and Thaden really quickly. What I miss? I'm just kidding.
I'm gonna do the little stretch and put my arm around Harry.
Yeah.
He's fixated on the screen. He doesn't know or doesn't care. So
He probably is used to it by now.
Probably.
the Platinum Dragon, who you also know as Vin in another form, looks at you with the other eye, turns her head in your direction, and lets out what you can almost sure is like if a dragon could smile, I think that you perceive it to be a smile. And she just basically tries to use her breath weapon, but nothing comes out. And she loses her turn. So now I need you to roll initiative, please. Roll initiative, just Baka.
Ooh. Oh.
It's 21.
21. You win initiative. You get to go first. What would you like to do?
All right, so I'm gonna start. I'm gonna attack.
Okay. Using the pole arm, which is more familiar to you than you thought possible.
Well, I am a fighter. I actually do have proficiency in polearms.
Yes. So it's comfortable to you. Although it'd be kind of weird for a 3.5 foot gnome to use a 10-foot pole arm, but yes, I hear you.
It's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20 is a hit.
Okay.
His armor class is
Dice.
he has 25 hit points left.
I misplaced my D10.
Roll a d10 for the pole arm and then add your dexterity modifier.
Where did I put it? I'll just roll a different one. It's okay. 17 again.
17 total.
For the first hit.
First hit, he has 8 hit points left.
Oh.
That one caught him right through the throat. That last strike. You feel like you may get the best of him if you have one more strike.
19.
19 does not hit. That is
I'm
a
gonna
fail.
use precision,
Precision.
which I'm assuming is gonna automatically make me hit because the DC is 20, right?
DC is well, not DC, the AC.
Or the AC, yeah.
So precision. Okay, you use your precision, one of your
It gives
superiority
me
dice as a
plus
fighter.
5, so it's 24 now,
So it's a 24. A 24 does hit.
and then I automatically hit
Automatically hit.
8 damage no matter what. So
Okay, so and then what happens is you spear him through the neck.
well,
And
yes,
how would you like to do it?
just lop the head off, and then while it's in midair, like with a bat.
Absolutely, you hit it, and
With a bat,
the decapitated head goes flip flopping or whatever it is,
Like,
and then you bleeding from more places and half broken fall down, and you die. But Baka is transported somewhere else, not the movie theater. Now, keep in mind the scene changes for those of you sitting in the IMAX movie theater, and you see what I am about to describe.
Oh.
You are in a familiar void, a white void that seems endless. You look to the left, the right, the other directions, and you see no ceiling, no floor. You just feel like you're in this kind of like endless white void, Baka. You are now yourself. You're no longer this warrior. You are the gnome rogue again.
Oh.
And you are not injured. You have all of your hit points back and all of your abilities. You are you again. In the far distance to the right, you notice a small something. You can't quite make it out because of how far away it is.
Okay, is there anything else?
Make a perception check.
It's 16 plus 6, 20.
22. That's the only thing you see on either horizon. It's just a small something. You're not sure what it is because of how far away it is.
Okay, I will walk towards it.
Okay, it takes you a few minutes, but within a few minutes, you begin to recognize the person and the location. In the middle of this white void with nothing else in it, it is Vin, who looks like Scarlett Johansson from our time. Okay, but the scene that is here is a slightly different scene than the last time that you spoke to her. This time, this Scarlett Johansson has short red hair, and she looks exactly as she looked in the first Avenger movie with the black cat suit. The black cat suit, short red hair. She's sitting on a couch, more like a love seat with only room for one more person to kind of scoot next to her. There's no other chair, but she's kind of, according to Baka's perspective, and you guys sitting in the seats, it kind of looks like she's holding some sort of item in her hand, some sort of magic item, and she's staring at an altar, a multicolored altar of some kind, as if she's praying to something. Now, that's what Baka sees. But you, saps, in the 21st century, I will describe to you what you and the rest of you see. Scarlett Johansson is basically playing PlayStation 2, looking at a flat screen monitor on a wall unit. She's playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
What?
Very nice. I like her already.
I mean, that's respectable, I guess.
Yes.
She's playing.
Are we watching her from behind or the
So
side?
you're basically, well, you're kind of watching her. She's seated on this love seat couch, and she's seems like she's basically doing a good job clearing out the others. She's playing some sort of team deathmatch. She's focused on the screen. As Baka approaches, she goes, sit next to me, I'm almost done. Now keep in mind, Baka doesn't really understand yet what he's looking at. To him, it looks like this flashing, multicolored kind of altar, and that she's holding some sort of device in her hand, which is, it's some sort of like, It looks like an altar. You're not sure
Can
what
I
it is.
make the like correlation that whatever she's doing with the controller, it's happening on the screen?
Yes, you do make that connection without even a roll. It's easy enough that she's somehow manipulating this multicolored thing. But when you look at it, your eyes are not trained like our eyes. You really don't see it as you see it as all these colored lights and images. You're not trained enough to see it yet. Eventually, she puts
Is
the
there a second? Is there a second hand thing?
Yes, there is.
Can I play?
So you pick up you pick it up, but like a 3-year-old child that doesn't really know what he's doing,
I am
you're kind of just holding it
pretty
and
awful.
just pushing things, and you're not really
I'm
sure.
button smashing,
And she
but it
basically
works.
what she does is she basically takes her hand and puts it over your hand in a very gentle and a very warm and comforting and kind of familiar way, and goes, "Shh, give me 1 second. Just put that down for a second." She finishes the round.
I got kicked off because I suck.
She pauses the game. And she sits cross-legged across from you, kind of scoots back a little bit so there's a little bit more distance between you and her, and smiles at you with that beautiful Scarlett Johansson smile. And she starts off the conversation simply by saying, "Thank you. I've been stuck in this loop for a long time. And now since the loop has been broken, I exist in all planes of existence now, in all times and space. I know the past, the future, and the present, not just in this universe, but in all the others. And that's thanks to you and your friends." That's what she says to you. Say again?
I said it sounds like you're going to be pretty busy.
Well, I'm hoping, she says to you, I'm hoping that I will have company for whatever it is that I look to do with the rest of my eternity. I'm hoping that someone will join me in the astral plane.
She's hoping.
And I'm hoping that someone will join you too.
Good.
And I give her a wink.
She gives a wink. Beautiful. She says to you, well, I would like you to make a persuasion check with advantage, please.
All right.
Advantage because you were the one that broke through in the 5th, so you get advantage because
Persuasion +6. So it's a 23.
23. So she smiles. She put the controller down already. The game was already paused, and she says, "Because I can see the past, the present, and the future, not just in this reality, but in all others. I know that you're going to ask me to intervene in a battle that will take place in the spring of your calendar next year, because you've already asked me to come and help you fight the elder god Katoa.
Are you sure we're going to ask you? We might not need you. I'm pretty awesome.
You are awesome, which is part of the. I like your spirit and
That's
your.
it. This movie sucks.
Yeah,
She says
I want
she
to go and
smiles.
see like Annie or something.
She smiles at you and she pats you on the thigh, which is kind of like she's breaking that invisible wall between the two of you. And she says, I love your enthusiasm, and I'm sure that will entertain me in the future that we will share together. But that hasn't happened yet. And she says, so there are some important things that I need to tell you about. I don't know my own future. That is blocked, but I see your future and the future of your friends. So there's some things that I need to tell you so that the loop doesn't create again. There's a place in the prime material plane called Frinpool.
Oh.
It is in the spring of next year on your calendar, 258, where the battle with Katoa will take place. I'm going to speak to you in terms that I understand because I exist in all realms at the same time. Understand that you, Baka, will not understand it, but I'll just use it as a frame of reference so that you can possibly understand the severity of the situation. Let's assume that I have something called hit points.
Right.
The elder, I'm what's called a demigod. Katoa is an elder god. Let's say Katoa has 5,000 hit points. I only have 2,500. So what I'm saying to you is that even if I come and help you in the spring of next year, I will fail. You need more help than just me. So it would be in your best interest between now and next spring to do whatever it is that you can to get as much help as possible to this city called Frinpool before the spring comes. That would be my first word of advice, knowing what I know. And I also know that should you succeed, you will join me, and you're gonna. I also know that you not everyone will make it to that spot, but it will be a. I don't want to say too much about your future because I feel as if I may somehow alter it. Let me just say this: regardless of whether or not you are successful in this battle against Katoa, when I am banished, I can take you with me. So don't fear that your existence will disappear, because you can join me afterwards as my thanks for freeing me from the loop.
Right.
Is there anything else that you want to ask her while she's sitting in the chair?
Can I insight check that first?
Absolutely.
Like just the general conversation.
Is there anything more? Is there anything specific?
Specifically, with the.
Only because I say specific, because if you
Yeah.
get specific, then I can give you another role for something else. Well, if you say the whole conversation, you got one role and that's it. If you fail the role, then you failed everything. Better that you be more specific. That way I can give you a second role if the first role is terrible.
True.
Specifically about what you just said.
You got to give me more than that. All right, listen, fine. One roll. Go for it.
Yeah, I'll just go with one roll. It's fine.
Okay.
I got a dirty 20.
Dirty 20?
Oh,
With a dirty 20, granted, you know that she seems to be telling the truth. It doesn't seem to be any deception in her facial expressions. It does occur to you that this form that she's using is probably not her natural form, because on the prime material plane before she was killed, she was a platinum dragon. So any facial expressions she has, it's hard to know how genuine they are. Maybe she can manipulate them at will. You don't know, but she seems to be telling the truth.
I do have questions.
Yes.
Is there any?
She scoots closer to you.
Anyone you would maybe
Ooh.
advise with helping us? Anyone you would suggest?
It would be difficult for me to say. It would be difficult for me to say. I just know that in your travels, in your life, you have come across many warriors which are as renowned as yourselves. It would be in our best interests, or at least in the best interests of the prime material plane. I know that one-on-one I cannot defeat Katoa. So the more help that you can relocate to the city of Frinpool between now and the spring of next year, the better it will be for your chances. I will exist regardless. I will simply be banished back to the ethereal planes. When you die on the battlefield, I will simply bring you to my side. So you will exist onto eternity, and we will see things together which will titillate you and excite you and open your horizons to things you've never seen before. But I'm sure that your current existence probably matters to you as well. And as things stand right now, we don't beat Katoa. Katoa banishes me and destroys the prime material plane. That is the fate that I see. That doesn't mean that has to be what happens. It really is up to you and your friends to, I guess, assemble whatever forces you can to help.
And why Frinpool? What's why Frinpool? Seems like
Well, that's a good question.
Place.
The Brood of Katoa has already taken possession of the city of Frinpool. There is a Captain Hull that is in control. He is a polymorph demon. He is not actually Captain Hull. He's being impersonated by a Brood of Katoa warlock that has taken control of the city, and they have been charging up the crucible. They have been charging up the crucible of woe, and the more souls it drains, there is a critical mass amount of souls which will allow the bowl to open a portal to Katoa's armies and Katoa himself. The bowl is almost completely charged.
That
Couldn't we just make
motherfucker.
a surgical strike right now and stop them before any of this happens?
You can try, but in all of the eventualities and all of the alternate realities where there are different eventualities, they all seem to lead to Fernpool.
Okay, calm down, Doctor Strange.
Doctor Who? Oh, I saw that movie. I liked it.
It wasn't bad.
Wasn't bad. I liked it. But of course, Baka doesn't really know what that means, but whatever.
Instinctually, he does.
Yes. Is there anything else that you'd like to ask her?
Yeah.
She scoots even
Does-
closer and puts her
does-
arm at the top of the couch.
Tell me, does knowing all the futures kind of ruin the fun of things? Surprises.
Well, this is true. Sometimes, well, that's part of the reason why I'd like you to join me. Because, I can't predict you. I can predict everything else that involves me. I can see these other futures. In other words, there are all these eventualities and all these different parallel universes where different things happen. There are some timelines that intersect and some things that must happen in every timeline regardless. But once you ascend to be my companion and my protector in this afterworld, your choices will still be your choices, and I won't know what will be coming next. And that's an exciting thing for me. She starts playing footsie with you.
Ooh.
I'll play footsie's back.
Yes, so she's smiling. She's smiling that beautiful Scarlett Johansson smile that we all know and love.
Right. I will grab her hand and
Yes.
hold it like this,
She takes it. She allows it without a hesitation.
Mm.
and I will say, I will endeavor not to disappoint you come spring. And leave it at that.
Okay. She leans forward and takes the initiative. I want you to make a perception check, please.
Boy.
Perception check.
Ow. 16.
16. So with a 16 perception check, you are perceptive enough to notice that she's going in for a kiss. Do you try to avoid the kiss?
Hell no. It's Scarlett
Okay.
Johansson. You crazy?
Absolutely. So she dives in, takes the initiative, gives you a kiss. It is a sweet kiss, a long kiss. No tongue. Sorry. I guess you'll have to wait for tongue. And but it's a really sweet moment. The guys in the movie theater are probably about to throw up, but that's another story in another plane of existence. But in any
Throwing
event,
popcorn
after
at the screen.
Gross. Shoot it again. I'm going to shoot another Eldritch Blast at the screen.
and in and around and somehow psychically the maggots from your Eldritch Blast know to basically surround Baka around. They're trying to burrow their way into the IMAX screen to try to destroy the image of Baka, but it's not working.
Do I get the feeling I'm being watched?
Yes, you do. You absolutely
I'm
do.
just gonna randomly flip
Not only
the
watched,
finger
laughed
in
at.
the middle of the air during the kiss.
The interesting thing is that while the kiss is happening, he flips you the bird and he's actually pointing his middle finger in exactly the right direction towards you guys. So anyway, at that moment, everything goes white for the individuals in the movie theater and for Baka, and you guys are now back inside that cavernous area, the sixth and final Dwarven rune cave, and you have absorbed the benefit of the final Dwarven Lord. You have a +1 to your dexterity.
Woo-hoo!
Because you were the one that bathed to receive the boon. But here's the situation. You now realize that the boons never came from the Dwarven Lords. There is a perfect rendition of an emblem of a platinum dragon on the bottom of that tombstone. And you realize that it's always been about the platinum dragon, and the story somehow got twisted over the course of the last 256 years. They've never been the Dwarven Rune Caves. They've always been the Platinum Dragon Caves. And somehow the story got mixed up. So
Do I still pee on Baka?
at this point, time comes back in and the vein starts to drain. It was frozen in time. And then now you hear the sound, Baka, you hear the sound of, you jump out, but you still get the benefit of it. And now the water starts to turn a really strong yellow color, Sirach. You definitely need to hydrate.
I'm gonna use my Battle Master Maneuver trip him and push him into the water.
Go for it. What does he need to do? Make a
DC strength check?
Well, don't tell him what the DC is. Let's see what he needs. A strength check.
Yeah, I think it's. Hold on, let me check.
Make a strength saving throw, Sirach.
Guidance.
Oh.
You're not. You'd have to make a perception check, please. Perception check to see if you're aware this is happening, Pia, because you just.
I
came
am
out of
not.
it.
I rolled a 2.
You're so blown away by the movie theater experience and that you're not aware what's
Strength check,
happening.
buddy.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
It's exact same as my DC.
Is it?
Yeah.
Meets
All right.
beats.
So meets beats. So basically,
So I get to kick Baka.
How do you
No,
get a
you-
30
no.
20? Like your modifier is like +0.
I have proficiency.
Are you
Bruh.
always wait, but hold on a second.
on
you
a
have-
Ranger? Rangers
Yeah, I
I
get to
think
pick.
Rangers are fighters. So Rangers are fighters. Yeah.
Yeah,
He just happens to
bro.
have a little-
God. I thought you got
I get to
wisdom and
pick 4
dexterity.
different proficiencies with both my background and being a ranger.
So here's what happens. You don't get to return the favor, Sirach, but he
Okay.
basically tries to use his rapier to trip you from behind, and you flash out your rapier and block it as you're midstream.
Cool.
And then
Nice.
I'm gonna hold up my Astorian sword right underneath his winky.
It's a few inches from your winky, Sirach. I think I was not quite close enough to do any
Okay, he's
permanent
too
lasting
short.
damage.
Yeah,
Lasting
he can't do
damage.
anything.
Yeah,
All
but
right, Harry can mend it back on. That's fine.
Harry goes, I don't know if I can mend that.
Well, you mended it
Does
on
he
arms.
know though? Because I thought Baka's still invisible.
Oh, that's
No,
true.
I
That's
was
true.
no longer.
I know. I think. Well, that's a good point. Are you
Because
still...
also I feel like if he's invisible,
Yes.
you know, no one really knows where I was peeing, so whether Baka was there or not.
Well, no.
So
my
he should have
invisibility
really
ran
done
out
a
because-
dexterity save.
Well, be careful, Sirach, because if he's invisible, then how would you have been able to block? You'd have to roll a disadvantage on his
Yeah.
trip check. So be
Uh-huh,
careful.
I like that.
Be
Yeah.
careful.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
I'm just saying, because if he's invisible, you
No,
were
no.
just peeing randomly in the pool and had no idea that he was there trying to trip
I'm
you.
invisible. They can fucking roll that disadvantage.
I'm not listening. I'm leaving it well enough alone. I'm just saying it's time for us to just move on in the story and continue with the narrative.
I want him fucking tripping and in the piss pool.
Okay. Remember that when I accidentally nudged Pia during a fireball.
Ooh.
Oh my god.
Ooh, how the
Oops,
tables
I
have
accidentally nudged him
turned.
centered on Baka.
You do not have evasion. I will take no damage. from that.
I'm calling a gavel ruling. I'm calling this. This is it. It's over. You guys blocked each other. This is done. It's
I'm
over.
gonna like with the blunt side of my Astorian. I'm gonna like tip his winky.
Make a hit roll. Make a hit roll.
At disadvantage.
Why disadvantage? Why
I'll
disadvantage?
do
I
it
have the
disadvantage.
cloak.
That's
Because
right.
it's
That's
on.
right. That's
Oh,
right. He's wearing the
shit,
cloak of
yeah.
displacement. Thank you very much. I forgot. So you make a hit roll at disadvantage.
Yeah,
Displaced motherfucker.
It's 22.
A 22. How'd you get a 22? Tell us your rolls.
9 plus 13.
That's true. It's definitely 9 plus 13. 22.
I
Is
rolled
that your
13 for the
what is
first
your
one.
armor class, sir?
You have a
19.
plus 13.
19. Okay, so check it
Plus
out.
14 with the rapier.
The good news is
Oh
the
my
good news is that he
Lord.
never intended to give you any kind of circumcision. So you have really nothing to worry about. But you know deep in your heart, Sirach, that had he wanted to emasculate you, he probably could have. That's a scary moment, actually.
Just because you don't have a penis doesn't
And
mean
then-
you're not a man.
This is true, but I mean, try telling that to somebody who doesn't have a penis. I don't know. So anyway, gentlemen, I think we probably should call the adventure at that point. Now I know it's early for D&D, but this is a good point to stop the adventure because you finished the final Dwarven Rune Cave.
That's right.
And then you could basically spend the week deciding where you'd like to go next, and think about the advice that Vin, the Platinum Dragon, the Scarlett Johansson lookalike, what she meant by getting as much support as you can. To
I have a good way to end it.
by all means, go ahead.
Theoden,
Are
do you have any means of getting a hold of Rexa?
I mean, all I gotta do is wait till I go to sleep on some nights.
Well, tell her to find me when next time you talk to her. I have a plan.
Did they never tell us about the Norn fire?
I know he did. He told you.
Yeah, I did.
He
Yeah.
told you, but basically
I might have been
you had
that
to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, he
I
was
was
just kind of like,
Oh,
oh,
yeah.
yeah, we thought
Yeah,
maybe
yeah,
we
yeah.
could get it.
He didn't ask her any. He didn't ask her any questions as far as like, why do you want it? What does it do? Who are you giving it
Yeah,
to?
I did not ask questions.
None of those questions. He was like, sure. And I even asked him. I said, are you trying to deceive her? No. I'm not deceiving her. I'm
I
telling
was
her the truth.
thinking. I was thinking with the wrong.
I
Organ.
love it. I love it because it's, what I was going to do was I was going to make you make wisdom saving throws, and then if you failed the wisdom saving throw, that you had no choice
I have
but to
no
think with the
wisdom.
wrong. But apparently, it's perfect character acting. The RP is perfect. All right,
really
so
is.
so unless without further ado, unless you guys need to add something, I am going to call it a night. That is episode 34 of
I loved it.
Shenanigans
I loved it.
SttRPG. We play Dungeons and Dragons usually on Monday nights, 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Today we had to start a little late and end a little early. I apologize, but it's a good spot to stop the adventure. During the week, guys, I would suggest that you kind of think about, you know, how you guys would get back up, so to speak, over there in Friendpool between now, the winter, and the spring of next year.
Yep.
I'm just
So,
saying, guys, surgical and strike. If that doesn't work, we start recruiting.
Yeah. So this is there anything that you guys would like to say to our audience?
Please, if you want that $30 gift card, enter the contest and share with your friends.
You enter the contest by, once this video is over, making a comment in the comment section below, and you tell us who is your favorite character on the show. Just once I see that someone has
And
said
we
my
appreciate if you
Yes.
share the video.
my favorite character is, boom, you're immediately enrolled in the contest for the
Theoden!
Valhalla. Yes, well, possibly Theoden. This is
Possibly. We'll see.
This the random drawing will be May 5th, Cinco de Mayo. Thank you guys so much for showing up. We appreciate it. We love